All right, all right. I think I am live. Hey, Zen friends. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you had a great weekend. And here we are, the end of another week already. It just has flown by. And excited, though, to see what messages come through from Spirit this evening. See what we can learn, how we can grow together. So, before we get into all that, though, let us start by coming out of the chaos of the outside world, out of the future, out of the past. Coming back to this now, we'll do that by taking a big deep breath in, holding it for as long as you feel comfortable, and then slow exhale out, coming back to right here. And then we'll bring in the singing bowl for more beautiful energy. So let's begin. If you want to join me, big breath in. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. And then I will hit the singing bowl 3 times. As we do that, as we love to do, we can just imagine this beautiful love inside of us just expanding out into our minds, our thoughts, our stories, into our hearts, expanding our emotions to higher vibration, into our physical bodies, into our cells, our blood, our organs, our joints, muscles, just everything with our physical body. And then also into our spiritual energy, into our chakra system, our meridian energetic system that runs throughout our bodies, into our auras, like a beautiful giant chalice or singing bowl that we fill up with all this love energy. And then it flows out to the outside world, letting it do whatever it wants to do out there to help raise the vibration of the planet with this mighty love energy. Something we can do as we're listening to the vibration carry all this love out to the world is focus on one thing that we're grateful for. Because gratitude, it's one of those energies that immediately starts to change our energy. It raises it to a higher vibration. It opens us up to hear from spirit, and it magnetizes us to receive more from the outside world too, of whatever we're grateful for. So it's always a win-win-win. I tell you what. All right. So we'll do that. Again, I'll hit it 3 times. And remember, gratitude. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Such beautiful energies. Exciting, exciting. All right. Woof. So thank you guys so much for being here and all of your love. I'm excited, like I said, to see what messages come through here this eve. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. I am Bretta Z, and we're here to spill the tea. And we got a great group of Zen friends with huge hearts, great senses of humor, always two amazing things that we can use in this lifetime to make it an easier path instead of a harder one, with this human adventures, right? So we got a great group of Zen friends, always room for more. So welcome, welcome. We try to keep this a space of high vibration and love and joy. Um, so it's a safe space for us all. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you want to know how all the free reading process and everything works, it's all listed down in the description area of the video. Quickly, the free readings are first come, first serve. All you do is put your question out in the chat or put you're wanting a general reading if you don't know what you want to hear from spirit, or if you want to, kind of keep the deets of your life private. I get it. So you can keep your business private. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those, stepping out of the free readings. We do dive deeper, meaning we pull more cards to spill more tea. You also get a little oracle card of some sort for a fortune cookie to round out your reading. And if you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description area of the video. I do have my Venmo, my Cash App, PayPal, Square, and newly added Google Play. So you can make a donation. I don't have any set dollar amounts. Whatever you give from your heart, I know you're giving what you can, and I'm grateful for that. I do honor that. I also know not everyone can, give a donation. Not everyone's in a place to be able to. So, um, I do try to get free readings in each session. So if 2.5 hours in, I've not gotten to free readings yet, I do step outside of donations, complete at least 30 minutes, return back and finish out any donations, and then I usually turn back and finish out all the free readings too. After each session, I do post a little pinned comment listing all the readings completed with timestamps. I know, that's what I say, we're fancy here. It's not super fancy, but it's fancy to me. All you do is look for your name, click on that timestamp, takes you right to your reading. So there you go. Also, I do offer personal readings and energetic hedges. If you're interested in any of those, all that information is listed down in the description area as well. And every new moon and full moon, I do have a drawing where I give away a 30-minute personal recorded reading or one of my energetic hedges, whichever you prefer. And this link here that I just posted is the link because Wednesday is the new moon, 18th. Yeah, that would make sense because today's the 15th, right? So 3 days from now, I'll have a drawing during the day and post a separate little video announcing the winner. And on Wednesday night, we're going to have sometime, I think it's in the middle of my session, we will have a special little um, new moon ritual. So I'm excited for that. But if you want to get into the drawing, check that video out. Also, before every new moon and full moon, I put out a little video talking about how to make the most of the moon energy for the new moon one. This is the one for March 18th coming up, how to make the most of the 10 new moon wishes and the 10 intentions specific to the Pisces new moon. Talk about the energy around it. And this one's a powerful one because we also have Aries season announcing the spring equinox, at least in the northern hemisphere, fall equinox in the southern. But we got this powerful energy a couple days after this Pisces new moon that helps put our dreams and intentions and our wishes into fruition. So really important time in April too. We have all the planets going direct. So that's all about energy of movement forward. So nothing hindering us. So it's a big opportunity to get some wonderful energies and intentions out there and thought through and focused so that we can make the most of this energy and ride the waves, baby. Okay. So check that out if you're interested. And then also I have a podcast that I put out every 2 weeks called The Easier Path. We'll have a new one coming out this week, and this one's going to be about relationships, like fated relationships. Are they fated? How does that all work? So I'm working on that. We'll have that ready for this week. But if you want to catch up on the others, this is the link to the most recent one. And the playlist for all this stuff are listed down in the description area of the video, also on my main channel page at the top. So that's the skinny on a lot of the stuff that is happening here. I'd just like to make sure you guys are all in the know of those things. So there you go. Also, I did turn off mid-roll ads. The ads will only appear supposedly now at the beginning and the end. I had them going throughout like every 30 minutes in the sessions, because it does bring me like anywhere from $10 to $15 to $20 more a month, which this is my only source of income. But I felt like that's not it's not I'm gonna say it's not worth it, but it's not worth it for you guys, because I can see when mine hits, because I watch myself on a separate device to make sure we're still live and everything's going, and I see when it kicks in, and I skip it every 30 minutes, and I'm like, that it's annoying to me. So hopefully it's not too annoying to you guys, but I did stop them. So hopefully you'll see a difference in that. So thank you guys for putting up for as long as you did. But I think I'm going to do that from now on. All right. So we'll do some shout outs here and get the list all going, and then we'll get into the readings. We're going to go old school tonight. I know, meaning that we're getting back to the original Rider-Waite Tarot. I just felt like that. We're still in Aquarius moon energy. Just kind of felt a back to basics kind of energy with the tarot. So we'll do that. We're still, for donations, we're still using up the last of the Queen of the Moon Oracle for your fortune cookie, for your first fortune cookie. And then for your second one, we are finishing up. Whoops. So I throw everything around. The Dreamers deck. So if you guys are interested in any of these, you know what they look like and what they're called. So I like that. All right. So let us make sure we got everyone on the list here. So we got Explainer Life. Hello. Good to see you, Minu. Let's grab you here and put you on the free readings here. We got Carmel Damon in the house. Hey, Carmel, good to see you. I don't see a question from you yet, so just an FYI. Sometimes YouTube hides some of the comments from me. It's been known to happen here and there. So just in case I don't see something. So if you haven't put anything, then we're good. If you did, can you re-put it? Because I didn't see it. All right. And then we got Jojo. Hey, Jojo. I don't know if you're with us or if you're in between naps, because it's on the other side of the planet. But I got you on the donation list. We got Lily Cherry Blossom. I got you on the free list. Hello. We have Miniheel as well. And these are all from earlier, so you guys might not be here. You might or might not. So hello if you are. I got you on the free list. We've got Maria P. I've got your donation via Z PayPal. And your other one came in right after I closed off. I was like, well, I don't have any. Shut down the stream, and then my email went off and said, you have a PayPal donation. So yours from last night will be first, and then I received your one from tonight too. And I have your free one, which we'll put on the free list too. So we got you. And then we have Eagle as well. So Eagle, hello. I got you on the list here. Then we have Sudeshna Ghosh ×2. So thank you so much for your dual donations. I have those on the list here. Also, Marissa Smith, if you're watching, I have your PayPal. Got you on the list. And we have Swaroop Bobby and Aditi from earlier today. So, hey, guys, good to see you. We got you. You'll be up first on the free reading list as well. So I think I have everyone here. So we will dive in and see what Spirit has for us this evening. So cheers, everybody. I'm so glad that you are here. And thank you for all the thumbs up, too. It does help spread the Zen love. And you're part of the Love Tsunami, helping my channel get out in front of other people so that other people can see my videos, my podcast, these streams. So thank you guys so much. So cheers to you. I love ya. All right. So yeah, I'll let me give the list here, Marissa. So thanks for asking that because I was going to jump in, but I normally will give the uh, the order here so you kind of know where you're kind of at. So we'll start off with Maria P from last night's makeup one, and then Sudeshna times two, and then you, Marissa, will be up after that, and then Maria P, and then JoJo. So, yep, not yet. No missing. I'm just getting started. I know with all the time changes and everything else, and you're like, who knows what time it really is, right? So we'll get in here. Let me remove this here. Get that out of the way. All right. Okay, Carmel, thank you so much. I'll get you on the free list here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So I think my list is at least up to date for the momentito. We will dive in here. Hey, Sarah. It's Brother Z time. Good to see you. Hello, hello. All right. So, Maria P, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So, this is the one from last night, our makeup session. Hey, Livy. I copied it over here because I want to make sure the emails didn't go away. So you want to know, this was last night. So what were Wally's feelings for you last night at that moment? And you wanted David's thoughts of you that day. And does David want to tell you something? Because what is it? Because he looks at you with a very mysterious look. Uh-oh. Let's see. What's coming for you at work next week? Okay. And then a message from Wally. All right. So we got those two. All right. So for last night, what was Wally feeling last night? Oop, I forgot these cards don't have my little edits on them yet. So we do have the star card, which is the mental dream come true. So they definitely were thinking about, what is the dream come true? The mental figuring things out and really thinking in a positive way about what this is and how to make the dream happen and kind of reflecting on it, just kind of in this wonderful little space of calmness and thinking about what a wonderful feeling this is to feel like you've met someone that feels like a dream come true, so many ways. So I love that. What were David's thoughts on you yesterday? Yeah, I got the Five of Wands, which is this combination of friends and drama. I don't know. There's something you must remind him of someone. This Five of Wands comes in like you remind him of this fiery person in his life from earlier in his childhood, maybe like his sister or someone that was very like just there was a lot of friction with them growing up. So it was either like a next door neighbor, it was like a childhood someone that was in their life all the time, but it felt like a peer, not like an adult. It felt like a sister or a neighbor, someone at school that was always and you remind him of her. So I feel like that's where there was this friendliness, but they were also very volatile. Like they went, it's like a cat, right? When you're petting a cat and they're all nice and preen, and then suddenly they're attacking you. They were very unpredictable, and that's why they kind of look at you like, "Are you different?" Or they're trying to kind of like separate you from this emotional, mental memory of all that too. He wants to tell you something. He looks at you mysterious. The Six of Wands. We got this Five of Wands to a Six of Wands energy here. And I, in a way, I feel like they want to tell you some of this, but in a but there was some crushing energy on that they had on this person, this female. And I just feel like they're trying to figure everything out, and that's why you feel like they wanna say something, but they're not, willing to expose any of that because they're like, "If I tell you this much, I feel like then it might open up the whole shebang, and I don't want to talk about all that stuff." I just okay, I'm gonna keep it to myself. So I feel like that's got they're in this conversation inside of them, and that's why you're like, "What's going on?" And you see all the wheels turning, but it's just not making it out here because 'cause they're zipping it up and keeping it inside. What's coming for you at work next week? Yeah, you got this Fool card, this new adventure, this new beginning energy. So there is this without expectations of possibilities are coming in. Gosh, with all the cards you've been getting, I wouldn't be surprised if next week is the time that they talk about new opportunities and you get to choose what adventure you want to go on with that next week. And then a message from Wally. Yeah, I like this. Here's this um Hierophant energy, which is the stepping stone energy and putting a death to the stepping stones. And I feel like this message would be from Wally. He would ask you to, um, as he is, putting a closure to any old contacts, anyone that would influence us in any way apart from each other. It's like burning bridges, cutting off people, because this Hierophant is the ruler of change and stepping stones. And the death card is this, I feel like this cut energy. And I feel like they would just ask that what they are willing to do for you, that you be willing to do for them about, cut off communication as much as possible. I know with like, if you have children with someone else, you have to have certain amount of contact legally, blah, blah, blah. But anyone else that would be trying to get in between the two of you, that you would cut it off because that's what they're doing. They're not, you know, entertaining anyone else or keeping any lines of communication over. It's almost like get rid of all the other plans and let me be your main plan and commit that regardless of whatever, we're going to work things out together. Let's commit to one another that all the other stuff is over and that it's you and me against the world energy. So I like that. How cute. All right. So that's for your first one. Let me give you, so this would have been your second one last night. So you would have got a dreamer's deck. So we'll do this. And then for your other one, you'll get a Queen of the Moon Oracle. All right. So this is for this one. Wow. We knew with that full card, I am going on an adventure. I know that passion is ignited when I create experiences that excite me. So in this, choices to be made next week, both work and otherwise, I feel like this new adventure to look at it instead of restrictions and this, that it's a world of possibilities and what's next, right? So I like that for you. And that's what they got for you. So many blessings to you, Maria. Like I said, we'll circle back around for number 2 in your free reading eventually. All right. So let's take another sip here. Cheers, cheers, everybody. All right. So up next, we got 2 from Sudeshna. So 24. Whoops. Helps if I can type, right? I can type, type correctly. There we go. So here is the first timestamp. Okay, that is correct. So, and let's give your first one a love and a like here. You want to know, should you try for opportunities inside Cognizant, your current company, or apply in other companies? Where will you find a better opportunity and when? All right, let's take a look here. So, based on your current energies, what is the energy if you look inside Cognizant and if you look outside, right? Because there's no shoulds from Spirit's perspective. I'm sure I've kind of beat that horse to death in saying that. But, there's just different energies, different choices with different experiences, different outcomes. So we'll see what energy comes from staying with Cognizant and moving and looking at other opportunities. Where will you find a better opportunity? I feel like we'll pull the energies underneath that. And when Oh, okay. They're going to do this for the when. All right. So let's take a look here. So the energy around staying at cognizant, yeah, they're kind of this full card energy is about go on a new adventure. It's like they're not even there's because it's like zero. There's zero opportunities at cognizant. What's underneath that here? Yeah, they got the hanged man. There's this big transformation that's happening at cognizant, and it's this pause of new opportunities and energy there. So it feels like they're going to go through a huge change there. That kind of just answers it. Let's see here. What about other companies? Yeah, you got Ace of Cups. So your cup overflows applying at other companies. This brings you happiness. Again, they're kind of pointing you back to your heart, something that makes your heart sing and doing that. And the other part of it is where will you find a better opportunity? Yeah, and they do have the Hierophant, the card of change, the Queen of Wands. It's like wherever your passion is, here, and it is a change of what you're doing now with this 5 of the Hierophant, the Master of Change, and the Queen of Wands is about taking action and putting that, forward to something. It's like once you decide your energy just takes you, right? But it's you needing to decide what is it that makes my heart sing? What is it that I'm excited about? Not out of fear trying to choose something to be able to have something. This is an opportunity for you to go, what is it that excites me? What is it that's drawing my heart? Because what's the when about here? Yeah, it's all up to you with the Ace of Wands. Because once you choose, that's the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Once you choose, things can happen so fast. But if you're waiting for something to kind of show itself, that's what makes it a longer, drawn out process instead. So I feel like they're saying, spend some time going, what is it that I would enjoy doing and that I'm excited about and where my passion wants to, guide me, right? Your fortune cookie, yeah, you've got the path. Card number 8, climbing up the ladder and escaping out of the darkness into this new adventure. Let's see what this is about. How perfect. All right. So the way is open for you. The path is illuminated. Begin the journey now. Respond and take action. We must be courageous and move forward. Your affirmation is I am open and responsive to the opening of the way. When we accept where we are, acknowledge what needs to change to grow, and begin to love ourselves more completely, the direction of our life begins to change. I love this. We often decide we want to follow a more authentic way for ourselves, and our desires become more aligned with the needs, wants, and values of our true selves. Imagine we're lost in a dark forest and can hardly see. There's no visible path, and every way looks exactly the same. We feel burdened by shadows and are not sure we should even move because we're so paralyzed by fear and uncertainty. Then the sunshine somehow breaks through the clouds and leaf canopy, and there ahead is a path illuminated in golden light. It is clear now the direction we should head. The path is not only visible, but it's inviting us forward. And so, instead of just standing there, we can't wait to step on it and move forward. The path is lit, and now it is time to walk upon it. So I feel like your heart and your energy and your excitement is showing you this illuminated path. And it's just a matter of getting out of the fears and breathing and going, where is my heart leading me? and then it's gonna be illuminated, and then you just need to move on it, like all this has been saying, right? Your companion stone is pyrite, if that means anything for you, but I like that. That's what they have for number 1 for you, Sudeshna. So hopefully that helps a little bit. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Livier Vagara, I see your free question. We'll put that up here. Got you on the list here. Hey, Helga. Um, as far as people on the list for donations, I've got Sudeshna for their number 2, then Marissa, Maria P, and Jojo. So I've got 4 waiting for donations, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 for free readings right now. So hopefully that helps. All righty. So Sudeshna for number 2, you got 3121. So here are both your timestamps. And let's give your second donation a love and a like since it lets me. And you want to know what's in store for the upcoming time in the current workplace. Cognizant. Will you get opportunities in data business analyst, or should you look at other technology? All right. So I don't think you mean at Cognizant for that. So what's coming up for the workplace at Cognizant specifically? Thank you. Card comes flying out of the deck. Watch it be the death card. But and then will you get opportunities in data business analyst if you are pursuing that opportunities in that category of job? Or what about other technology? We'll see what that brings in here. I feel like these two and that one too. All right, let's see what's coming in here. Yeah, we definitely it is a time for movement with the Knight of Wands being on the bottom of the deck, because there is this energy of this is the year of the fire horse. It's about movement, action, in pursuit of your passions and your power. So it's again this action energy that's coming in. So what's coming for you based on current energy at Cognizant? Yeah, we do have the Ace of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands, which this is saying, again, like the full card you had in the other one, they're like, seek new opportunities fast, 8 of Wands. So all this action energy, I feel like something's going to be happening at Cognizant where they're letting people go and closing things, certain departments and streamlining. And I just feel like there's a big change that's coming there. So I feel like that's what they've been, kind of bringing it wasn't urgent like back in January, but here it is the middle of March, right? Now they're like, you might put a little more action on finding something else because I feel like an ending is coming for you at Cognizant. Maybe not the entire company, but I feel like there's going to be big layoffs coming in with that. Will you get opportunities if you continue into the data business analyst? Yeah, there can be some here with the 8 of Pentacles, putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, doing the training, getting all of the certifications and all that kind of stuff. But they still bring in the 3 of Cups, which is an energy of follow your joy. Is that what would make you feel happy and joyful doing that? If it's not, then that's not the path that they've been nudging you toward, because they're trying to get you to step out of your mind in the supposed to be and should be and need to be's of the fears of whatever you think everyone expects you to do into what would make your heart sing in that direction, right? So let's see here. Any other technology or anything else? Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we have the Justice card here. Let's see. That is about cutting away old ways of thinking. Let's see. And we got the 10 of Cups. Follow your heart. What is there anything in technology that makes you like so excited and would love to do it? Yeah, you got the Page of Wands. Where's your You got passion and emotion here. And The 4 of Cups, yeah, everything else is stagnant. This is a, emotional stagnancy, and this this is what they're offering you, and they're trying to tell you, these areas that you've chosen before aren't gonna make you feel fulfilled, but here's this Ace of Cups. There is something that matches your heart's desire. And let's see, they gave you some more cards here. Let's see if any of this can help you identify that if you're not sure what this is. But if there's something in information technology or technology that you're like, that would be my dream come true is to work in this technology, then pursue that. If it's not, then that's the mind going, you should go do this and should and need to and supposed to. And your heart's like, ugh, right? And we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the quest of seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world way. So that's a little bit of what gets in our way when we're trying to decide what we want to do and with our life. And because especially if we've been defining ourselves by education, achievements, money, position, then we are fearing if I don't do this stuff, that means I'm worthless. And that's all that we're taught to define ourselves by, which is relationships with others of all kinds, lovers, family, friends, whoever, situations like jobs and education and social status, and our money, our bodies, our bank accounts. All those things are unstable. And so this whole process is about I am priceless on the inside, regardless of what happens on the outside. So, how do I want to share this huge heart inside of me with the world in my own special, unique way? Yeah, the Three of Wands. It's a change of direction as you discover more of what's truly fulfilling for you, then you changing directions. So, I don't feel like technology is what you desire. I feel like technology is what you were told you need to get into, and you're afraid. Yeah, you've got the Hermit card here and the Nine of Cups. What is your emotional dream come true? Step back, consult. Um, this Hermit card is about, you got these two nines energy, which is about step away from it all, get out of the head, and then sit with your heart and go, I don't know. All my life I've been doing what I've been told I'm supposed to do. Now it's a time of what do I want to do kind of energy here. Yeah, and the devil card again. This is the challenge of getting out of um your head around all of these um long-term thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have been with you since childhood, telling you who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do and need to. This Capricorn Saturn energy is the challenge of now is the time to really discover who is it you want to be, not what everyone is telling you you should be. And I know it can be scary when we're fearing rejection because if we don't do what everyone else wants us to do, what's going to happen, But I'd rather be free than be imprisoned, right? That's what the devil card it has chains, but the chains are us chaining ourselves to the fear of rejection. And when we realize I'm not rejectable, humans might out of fear freak out and do whatever they're going to do, but the master of all things, the creator of all things, they love us unconditionally, and they're like, "Yeah, you don't have to do anything you don't wanna do." That's a man-made thing. Like, "What do you wanna do? Let's go have fun. Let's have an adventure in life instead of a prison sentence." So, let's see what else we have here. Yeah, I like it. That I know that I have everything it takes to build the life of my dreams. I am capable. So you don't need anyone else. You are totally capable. That 9 of cups, the your emotional dream come true. So I love it. So that's what they have for you, Sudeshna. I know we're looking for more, maybe different information there, but that is a very specific message, right? So hopefully that helps a little bit. Many blessings to you and much love to you. All right. So up next, we do have Marissa Smith. So Marissa, we got 4033 for you. Here's your timestamp. Hey, Jojo. And so thank you for your donation via ZPayPal. And I believe your question is over here. Oops, that was Maria. Wrong one. Let me bring up yours. There we go. Yep, right there. Hey, Marissa. Good to see you. Hello, hello. So you wanted to need to know about the people at your current job. What do you need to know about them? You work in customer service retail. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sending you so much love. I spent some of my customer service prison sentence in retail as well. So I get it. That's where we end up when we're like, I don't know what else I want to do. I'll do customer service. That's what I did for decades and decades. Retail and customer service. So what do you need to know about the people at your current job? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know, just kind of overall, and if there's anyone specific that they want to highlight here. All right. So we got those here. All right. So I think we're all set here. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Wands. I do feel like, everyone is, of course, going to have a different perception of you because everyone sees the world through their own eyes. So you're a mirror. If a zebra looks in you as a mirror, they're going to see a zebra. If a gorilla looks, they're going to see a gorilla. A lion's going to see a lion, right? So that's why everyone sees us so differently and doesn't really see us clearly, nor do we see everyone clearly. We see a lot of our reflection in other people. But a lot of people do see you as this Queen of Wands, which is someone that is one intuitive and um, has like this empathic gift and connection of intuitively knowing things. So a lot of people see you as someone who just has this knack of knowing answers and finding ways around things and solving problems. And just kind of like, how did you know that kind of energy? But also there's this energy of once you put your mind to something, get out of your way because you can become super focused. But that's part of your also your a positive for you because when something needs to get done, if they know they give it to you, you're going to get it done, and you're going to get done fast and efficiently and kind of like I said, empathically, where they're like, oh, I was going to ask you to do that and you just did it. How did you know? You're like, I know things. So they see you as this fiery individual. Some people, I would say, are intimidated by you with this Queen of Wands. But I feel like most people are drawn to you with this Queen of Wands energy. But the reason why you're not intimidating, it's their sense of lower self, low sense of self is a better way to say that, um, are intimidated by your abilities because they wish they had it. And so they're like, oh. So that's there, right? Let's take a look here. What else do you need to know about the people here? A lot of them are going through a transformation with the Hanged Man. And I feel like something that can help you in about looking at the people at your current job is that we don't know what's that saying that we never know what people are going through. So give people a lot of grace because we have no idea, what people are encountering in their lives, and that a lot of their actions and expressions and reactions have little to do with us and a lot to do what's going on inside of them. So the hangman is kind of this dual energy of realize that someone is like everyone is going through their own little adventures and challenges. Everyone has their own dreams. Everyone wants to be loved. And most people are focused in on what's going on in their life not what's going on outside of them. It's funny how we think that a lot of people are concerned about what we're doing and not doing and blah, 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 blah. The only time they are is when they're comparing themselves to us to see how they're doing. That's like the main kind of energy that's there. What else do we have here for him? Yeah, the Four of Pentacles. You know, a lot of this is a great awareness too for many of us, all of us probably, unless you're given to a Buddhist monastery when you're a baby. Most of us humans are taught about defining our worth by the buckets of the outside world, right? By how we interact with people, by our jobs and education and social status, and the things and abundance in our bodies. But all those things are unstable. And so when humans are defining themselves by those things, we're walking around feeling unstable. And if we're feeling unstable, our little inner child is flipping us into fight or flight mode. That's why so many humans are walking around in fear so much and acting stupid. Because when we are in fear, we kind of the intelligent, loving, compassionate side of us goes offline and we go into more of like a defense and not defense. Well, it's defense mode. It's attack and defense mode, right? Fight or flight or survival mode. And so when you realize, okay, a lot of what people are doing has little to do with me and more about their fears, because every moment's either an expression of love or a cry out for it. And I feel like that's kind of this for you, what you can kind of know about why people are acting the way they are. All right, let's see what else we got. You got these three cards that came out together. Yeah, patience, trust that things are growing and changing and evolving at your work. Yeah, trust that when things or people or situations are removed out of your life or brought into your life, it's always for you to help create that which is in alignment with your higher self and who you're wanting to experience and where you're wanting to go in your life. And yeah, the Five of Cups. Just know that the emotions that we can change that. We can change our emotions. We can't change others. These are the spilt cups. If we focus on the spilt cups, we miss our power of emotional choice and that there's this path that leads over here across the bridge over to the castle. And so I feel like they're just kind of reinforcing that when things are going on at work, when things and different things are happening, in life, um, that they are for us with all this energy, showing us what we're ready to let go of, and that we can control how we choose to feel about whatever's happening, and that no one else can force us to feel any way like that. So I like that. You also have these two cards that came out together. Yeah, we got the Hierophant, which again is this card of seeing things from a different perspective, but they're also the card of stepping stone energy. And I do feel here that with the Page of Swords, this is a new opportunity that is going to be coming your way because I feel like this is the card of change, the Hierophant, huge card of change, but it brings you a lot of awareness. It's almost like with this Five of Cups and this Hierophant that where you're at right now is more of an opportunity to learn and grow, but it's not your final destination. It's more of this. Um, it's like a airport that you connect with to get to your final destination. It's like, yeah, you're just having a layover here until your other plane has arrived and you're ready to take off. And I feel like that's coming soon, especially with this Tower card. I feel like there's something that's changing, but with something being removed, something's being brought in. So you can hop on to the next flight to get you to where you're truly wanting to go. And yeah. So you have this progression of the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. So this beautiful fullness and abundance and this is where it's taking you. So I like that they're saying, and it's much better. If you think, well, this is pretty good. Well, it's progression. It takes you to the 10 of Pentacles, which is a fullness here as well. And if you're not in a relationship already, because underneath this, on the bottom of the deck, and with the 9 of Pentacles going to the 10 of Pentacles, which is relationship energy, you might even meet someone at this new place that you're going to. So, I feel like that is what you need to know about the people at your current job and about your current job. I feel like you're gonna be having an opportunity, because I feel like opportunities at your current job kind of feel, like, blocked and stagnant in a way, and, but there's something that's gonna be opening up for you, so a positive change, for you. So, let's take a look here what your fortune cookie brings in too. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here, is that there's a new job opening up for you. And then you got, your balance card number 19. I like this. Beautiful. I don't think your head is in the clouds. I don't think that's what that means. Let's take a look here. So it talks about seeking balance. Extremes of anything are rarely healthy or useful. There may be an overreaction that has caused the issue. Ground yourself and allow your strength to rise from there. Be aware of where the imbalances in your life are at present. Your affirmation is I seek and maintain healthy balance in my life. Says working with the lunar cycle on a regular basis helps us actually experience the flow and abundance of nature. Okay, we got that new moon coming up next week too. Pisces energy with the spring equinox and Aries energy. If you check out my the um the two videos, the one about making the most of new moon energy for this Pisces moon. Um, well, actually, that's the video. There's another video it refers to, which is the energy about making the most of a new moon in general, which dives more into all of the new moon wishes and uh, intentions and all that. I feel like this is perfect energy for what it's talking about here. New moon, new job, right? The moon shows us the gradual and peaceful process of waxing and waning and the phases of perfect balance within. Our bodies, our minds, and our human spirit seek balance, yet perfect balance is almost impossible to achieve. Think on this. If we try to stand on one leg and balance ourselves, no matter how good at balancing on one leg we may be, it is a kind of a dance, is it not? The large and small muscles in our legs adjust to keep us upright, always moving, never perfectly still. The rest of our body is also performing a myriad of adjustments. A little to the right here in one moment, a little one to the center here, there. The point is that balance is a process, something we can actively seek if we're wise. We need to know when we are unbalanced so we can return to homeostasis. It is useful to know where our imbalances lie and to make a decision about moving towards a more balanced version. Self reflection helps identify this. When we are to something, working too long, thinking too fast, eating too much, we need to be honest with ourselves so we can identify this quite easily. Allowing others a more considered and balanced view invites a true peacefulness into our lives, something that many people crave in this incredibly busy and chaotic world. Balance allows us to understand that overwhelm isn't a place we want to visit, let alone set up home in. Your companion stone is bloodstone. So if you're into crystals and that, so I like that for you. Does feel like something is a coming your way. So hopefully that helps, Marissa. That's what they have for you. Thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. Cheers, everybody. Let me take a sip and I'll get caught up here. Did have a couple more individuals come in. We got Sean G in the house. Hey, I do have your donation via Zcash app. So we'll get you added on here. And then, of course, let me see, they must come in since then. Okay. And then we've got Moonlight, also known as Summer. Got you on there. It looks like you retracted your question. Oh, here's your other one. Strange question. I got it. So we got you there. And I think that is it. So donations. Up next, I've got Maria P for your second one. Your first one tonight, but your second one, uh, your first one that you sent tonight, but your second one that I'm reading today. You know what I'm saying. And then Jojo, and then Shanji, and then Summer is where we're at right now for the donations. All right. So let's dive in. Maria P, we got your second one here. So here is your timestamp for that. Let me move this one over here. And then this one is you here, right? Yes. So here is your one for this evening. All right. These will shuffle. All right. So Wally's thoughts and feelings towards you today. Okay. Oh, did get 2 for that. And then he had a birthday party to go with Dragon. He decided not to go, to just stay home. I like it. What's coming for you guys next week in your relationship? All right. Boom, boom. Any update on the dark side? What's coming for you at work this week? And with Dr. L and Dr. B. I like these for Dr. B. All right. So while his thoughts and feelings, well, his feelings, he's got the Ace of Wands going on here. So a bit activated, a bit passionate energy towards you right now. So that's where his kind of feelings are at. They're more in that fiery side. But his thoughts are around the King of Pentacles. We get this quite often with him too. I feel like he's thinking about today more about the foundation of finances and the outside world regarding, what do I need to do to be able to, you know, step out of the situation that I'm in and have enough, and, always that provider kind of energy that he's concerned about, right? That's what I feel like is the big thing about where he's at. I mean, if he won Powerball, it would be a fast decision to move and this and that and be able to set everyone up and everyone be happy. But he's so concerned about making sure that, his son is taken care of, that he's not leaving them high and dry, that we have enough for me and for you and for everything. So he's very much, it goes back to his childhood about being a provider kind of energy. And then why did he decide to stay home here? Oh yeah. Conflict, arguments. Yeah, I feel like they had an argument, as per usual. So there's conflict, and I feel like whoever this birthday party, whatever it was for too, was more their side of the family, Dragon's side of the family. There's always conflict, and they're like, "I'm just gonna stay home." So, uh, that's good, right? What's coming up for you next week in your relationship here? I like it. Got the 4 of Pentacles, which is a solid foundation in the outside world here. Got the Queen of Swords, which is a balanced energy. So it feels very solid and balanced, both in mind and the physical world here. And, the Queen of Swords, whenever we get the Queen of Swords or the King of Cups, that's kind of this energy of the compatibility and seeing how we just get along so well. And um, it just feels like a solid energy for next week. Any updates on the dark side? Yeah, we got a lot of emotional choices coming in here because we got the Lovers card. Don't worry, that doesn't mean, you know, because they're definitely not lovers anymore. And I don't know if they, well, maybe in the beginning they felt it was, but I don't feel like they were in a place to really understand it back then. And this is a lot of about emotional choices that they're making in the dark side right now, and I feel like that's the whole thing, right? They want to not leave the situation and uh, impact a lot of important relationships in their life by how they leave and how they separate, finances and all this stuff and kind of energy and so it's more emotional, um, items that they're thinking about here. They had the pentacles and all of that, but that's the whole thing is if I leave them high and dry, people are gonna go, "What a jerk you are." And there a big piece of it is what will people think, um, on how I leave, not that I'm leaving, but how I leave, So I feel like that's what's been taking um such a long period of time because it's not easy to be able to do it with all the transformation and all the challenges they've been having. New job and, money and different things like that, right? So, that's what they have for that. What's coming for you at work next week? Yeah, Ace of Swords. Some new information, some new clarity, communication, important communication with the Ace of Swords. So, like we've been getting with your readings, I feel like next week feels like an important decisions and communications are made for you. With Dr. L next week, yeah, just feels kind of steady emotionally with Dr. L. Um, it does feel, like the Four of Cups can be a stagnant energy, and we're ready for a change of communication with them. It just feels solid next week, though. Don't feel like there's anything that's kind of triggering there. And Dr. Bob, you've got the Hangman and the Emperor, which two major arcana, significant changes. The Hangman is about transformation, movement in a way, something that has been paused for a while. Um, but this Emperor energy is like making a decision. And I feel like Dr. Bob is making a decision next week. And this is about transformation and about again, seeing things from a higher perspective, which is kinda like the Ace of Swords. So, I feel like they might be making a decision next week, and that's gonna be probably um your main, interaction with Dr. Bob, or the most important, I should say. So, we shall see. No, I don't know the answer yet. Did I get it? Did I get it? It's all about, the process. So, let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. Let's see if they'll give us any hint here. But I'm like, "Did they?" And they're like, "Need to know," and they don't need to know that right now. I go, "I disagree." I think Maria thinks she needs to know right now. They're like, "Mm-mm-mm." So let's see here what your fortune cookie brings in. Yeah, we got self-love. Yeah, this is the focus. This is focusing in on you and yourself that, when we're drawn into, I need to know, why do you need to know? Well, does it mean anything if you do get it or don't get it? Does your self-worth change any by whether you do get or don't get a position, whether you are with someone or not with someone? And the answer is no, right? Does my self-love change? Well, my perception of my self-love might change if my mind gets involved going, "Oh," and it has a story of, "Oh, getting that means I'm more lovable," or not getting it means I'm less lovable. Both of those are lies, right? So, let's see what this says here. Radical self-love is necessary, Empowerment starts from the inside out. Do not compare yourself to others. Start your change with focus and love of self. Your affirmation: every day I bring radical self love to body, mind, and spirit. So sometimes we feel we are not enough. Sometimes we're even told we are not enough by our own voice, the voices of others, and our culture. Not smart enough, not pretty enough, not powerful enough, not talented enough, not good enough at what we choose to do, not ambitious enough, not experienced enough, not curvy enough, not thin enough, not glamorous enough, not porn star enough, not enough of a lady. And as a result, all this makes us not love ourselves enough. Wow, powerful, right? Then there's the opposite, that we are too something. You're too tall, you're too short, you're too fat, you're too thin, you're too wrinkly, you're too pimply, you're too old, you're too young, you're too quiet or too mouthy. I can see that. As when we're younger anyway, right? Too noticeable, too opinionated, too much trouble, too much, full stop. Is it any wonder that many of us feel such self loathing or dissatisfaction with the self? Please just stop. Put your blinkers on, your hazards to be able to sit, breathe, be with yourself, do ritual, speak to the goddess or whatever energy floats your boat and ask for help. Yes, indeed. Listen to any or all of the crazy misdemeanors that your mind may throw at you, but then hug these untruths like a crying puppy and soothe the reasons they are there. Know that you're doing the best you can right now, that you are not your past, and you can soothe yourself. And most importantly, you can move on. Know that this comparison craziness is just a diversion from knowing yourself really well and discovering amazing, delicious aspects of yourself that are entirely satisfying. Focus on you, not others, and discover where you really might like change, if anywhere or anything, for your own personal benefit, not for some outward measure of enoughness. True power and happiness comes from the inside out, like an unfurling spiral. Woe is the person who relies on the opinions of others to gain happiness and self measure. Choose radical self love. Choose you. Wow. Powerful card. I feel like we can all just sit in that energy. The companion stone is rose quartz. Love, 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 love. And I like it. Card number 6 too, unconditional love energy. So that's what they have for you, Maria. Hopefully that helps. Many blessings. Thank you again for your donation, and thank you for your patience in getting to your second question in this session today. All righty. So, cheers, cheers, everybody. Thank you again for all the thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. I'm so grateful. I'm so glad you guys are here. I love you unconditionally, and I know you love me too. So I love Byron Katie. Wonderful, wonderful soul. She says, I walk into a room knowing everybody loves me, but also knowing that not everyone realizes it yet. Isn't that great? All right. So up next we got Jojo, then Shanji, and then Summer Moonlight up after that. So Jojo, you have 10919. Look at these ones and nines energy here. And thank you for the flower. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. So let's take a look here. I think your question's down here. It was down here. Looks like it got retracted. So Jojo, if you're here, just to make sure here, I didn't overlook it somewhere else. No, I do not see your question. So Um, Let me retract that, remove that timestamp for now. So Jojo, hopefully you didn't fall asleep after you deleted it going, let me tell my other question. All right. So for the moment, we're going to jump ahead to Sean G, 11022 for you. And I'll circle back to Jojo whenever I see her question. Oh, there she is. Sorry, let me undo all of that. Hold on. Reverse, reverse, reverse. All right. So sorry. All right. So now 11052 for Jojo. Sorry, Sean. Sean's like, oh, I get my. Oh, no, I don't. All right. There we go. So, Jojo, you want to know what are his feelings towards you now? If you may know, if he knows, right? We'll see if he knows or what he knows. All right. So, what are his current feelings towards you now? All right. Got this, and we got this with this. And get these here with that there. All right. So, well, we have here, we do have the bottom of the deck. We have the Nine of Swords, which is about, it is the nightmare and insomnia card. And, there is this energy here of, I feel like they're dreaming. And yeah, right now their emotions are like, please pause. They're in the middle of a nightmare. But they got this King of Swords. I do feel like they're a big thinker, maybe possibly what's called an overthinker. So I feel like they're in their head here, right? Um, so I do feel like they've got that, a lot of thinking happening. So when we're asking how are they feeling, right? I feel like they're oh yeah, I think you might be a little behind. So you're catching up now. All right. So I feel like they're kind of introducing that feelings. It might be better ask what are they thinking instead of what they're feeling, because I feel like they're a big thinker, not a big feeler so much. But let's see what we have here. Yeah, we got the World card, which is it's a victory card. It's an ending of a cycle, beginning of a new adventure kind of energy. So that's a good, I feel like it's a positive card here. Yeah, they are a bit conflicted between their head and their heart, as a lot of humans are a lot of times. I don't feel anything so scary about this at all yet here. And they have the the Two of Swords with the Ace of Cups. I do feel like this is their trying to determine what story that they want to apply. And it's like this is their heart on one side, and this is below the Five of Swords. So it does tell me this is their mind in battle with their mind trying to figure things out, and the heart trying to give their opinion, and the mind's like, shh, I'm thinking right now, and the heart's like, well, I have some input, and their mind is like, no, 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 I gotta think. So I feel like that's kind of this energy here. The mind overall with this World card, I don't feel like they're um, it's not bad because it's a victory card. It's kind of a release and let's see what the next adventure brings, kind of energy. He's studying philosophy. That's funny. Yeah. That'll get him into his mind, all right. Let's see what else is coming in here. Yeah, we got the Nine of Pentacles. They're a pretty big hermity type of individual here. Um, they like being alone. Yeah. Again, Capricorn. Whoops. Capricorn. Well, hold on. There's a lot of nudity on this card. All right, there we go. Capricorn energy, Saturn, ruled by Saturn, so big thinker. And so I do feel like they like to be this alone kind of energy to think, and so they do need that. Yeah, even the high priestess. So they tend to have here this, I would call it a need to be able to step back and reflect on things. And when they do, they kind of go silent and then they, you know, so I feel like knowing that about them is important, for however long this will unfold here, because we know you're moving. They always bring that back in, because this obviously they're not moving, they're staying there, but you are going somewhere else. But I feel like just knowing that a lot of their actions, yeah, like you, which is great. You're like, you can hang out and be friends and whatever, but I feel like they do desire their alone time. Yeah, and they have underneath the surface with the 7 of swords, which makes sense with all this tons of swords energy. I mean, what out of how many cards? Out of 10 cards, half of them are mental energy. Well, really, major arcana Capricorn would be 6 out of 10, that they're a lot in their mind. And the 7 of swords is just trying to figure out what of their own thoughts and beliefs are deceiving them. And I just want to make sure what I want, what you want, and um, but a lot of analysis energy that comes in with all of this big thinking. So, and I don't feel like, and I feel like you were right on it by saying, "Can you know if he knows?" And I don't feel like he knows what his heart is saying, because I feel like it is, on mute, so that they can focus on their mind. They're like, "All right, you're being too noisy. Mute." Muting the heart so I can focus on the mind, energy. That's funny. But let's see here what the fortune cookie says here too. Yeah, look, assessing. You can't make it up with the 9, which is like that hermit energy. I'm back assessing. So let's see what this brings in here. So it is time to assess your current position. You must make sure your blind spots are revealed and that you are honest with others and yourself. I feel like it could apply to both of you, but definitely their energy, at least. Sometimes the hard decision is the best decision. You should be able to assess and move quickly based on that assessment. The affirmation is, I am enjoying moving and choosing, moving and choosing. I like that. Moving, moving. By the way, you're moving. You have begun your journey, and now it is time to assess where you are and what to do next. You have made a decision. You have worked and walked the path for some time, and yet you understand that in every journey, it is a wise action to check the map. Sometimes we go along a pathway and we keep going even if it seems like that way is no longer the right way for us. Sometimes we feel we have gone too far to turn around, and so we settle on a journey and destination that doesn't really suit us or satisfy us. However, if we had just had some courage, we could have reassessed as we went and perhaps ended up somewhere else, somewhere better. Now is the time to look carefully at all aspects of your life, especially the areas in which you have set some intentions or goals. Ask yourself, do I still want these things? Do I still want that same end result? If the answer is no, then ask yourself what you can do to maintain momentum and head towards what you now desire. Although it doesn't seem terribly glamorous, assessment has a high payoff for us if we bother to do it well. Doing it well means we really look and look hard at how things are going. All of us have some kind of blind spot, so it's worth exposing this by consulting a trusted friend or finding where negative repeating patterns are and looking for the cause. Shining a light on a blind spot and taking action to shift it is one of life's big catalysts for change. Your companion stone is azurite. Azure. Be assured, be azure. But yeah, so assessment, you know, what is your dream? Are you still wanting to go and do what you're wanting to do? Then maybe this is a blind spot, a distraction. Are we distracting ourselves with things? And that's kind of our human what we do when I know it's like, if there's something that we want to do and we're afraid of like moving or achieving something, we'll find ways to distract ourselves away from, moving into that direction. But that's a good way to question, do I still want to go in the direction that I thought I wanted to? If not, then let me readjust. And if I still do want to do that, then let me be aware of my blind spots and cut those and focus all my energy on heading towards where I'm wanting to go, not, you know, being distracted off path, um, per se, if that makes sense. Right. So that is what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. And then Sean G, you are up 121.29. You're welcome. All right, here is your timestamp. Thank you for your donation via Zcash app. All right, so let's see here. Here is your card. Let's cheers real quick. Cheers, cheers to you. Take a quick sip. All right. So, based on your current energies, what will your business finance be like come May? Right. What can we know about that? And this one here, and this one here. And then will it be a minimum of 3K a month in sales by then? All right. All right. That's what they want you to know here. Bottom of the deck. Okay. Well, it looks pretty good here. I mean, you got the Two of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So there's this balancing of finances with the Two of Pentacles that comes in here. So we like that. The Wheel of Fortune is also a positive card with the fortune being mentioned actually in the title, of course. But it is the tune of for you, knowing and trusting that whatever's unfolding in your finances and sales and all that is for you in some way. Always is. Everything that happens in our life, both with the relationships with people, past, present, future, our jobs, our careers and situations, all of our finances, our bodies, possessions, everything is always for us. Even if we can't see it in the moment, it is always for us. So there's an important, beautiful message with that comes with that because it really, this doesn't mean something bad. This means it's a gift that I don't see yet, but there's a gift wrapped in this somehow, right? All right. So let's see here. Will your business finance, what will it be like come May? Yeah, Page of Cups. You're happy. That's good. It's a good sign. There is happiness here below the surface. Yeah, you've got the nightmares and insomnia. This does have to do about being ready to let go of expectations, right? Because it can be exhausting when we are trying so hard to reach a goal, to expect that something has to be this because we talk about when we have expectations that we are usually feeling like we're in the negative, trying to catch up to get up to zero. Because once we get up here, like, all right, everything's happening the way it should. All right, now I get to have success. This isn't success. This is getting up to ground zero, right? And so I feel like that is part of your experience that's coming in here is you're being given these opportunities to let go of expectations to focus on gratitude for what is, energy. So I feel like that's below the surface. What else is below the surface? Yeah, you have a new way of looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world coming in here too. And, this is this energy of abundance, that there is this feeling of new abundance coming in, but I feel like comes in through kind of gratitude and seeing your worth differently, not attached to any outcomes as well, right? Oh, right, yeah. That was like your reading that we did, right? All the money on my altar went up in flames. Whoosh. It's like, yeah, that and your worth didn't change at all when that happened. That's the whole thing, right? Does our worth change when finances or jobs disappear or people, disappear out of our life, right? Um, and it's like, no, it doesn't. Now our brain is like, "Oh my god," it has all these stories that it's been told, "Oh, when that happens, that means something's wrong with you." And it's like, "No, it's there's a gift showing me." And I love how you're looking at that. Oh, yeah, absolutely. April, focus on gratitude. Or now, now through April and beyond, right? So there is this energy of, you know, realizing I'm fine. Even though that happened, I'm fine. I'm still priceless. That's when our value isn't set on outside world things, then whatever happens in the outside world doesn't change us, and we're defining our worth inward and upward. That's like the Ace of Pentacles, finding a new way to define myself. That, yeah, it doesn't change. I'm still the amazing, powerful, supernatural, perfect, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And I'm just having this human experience. And oh, yeah, this stuff happens out here, but it's not real. It's made up stuff. In fact, money is not real. It's just paper. It's the value we put on money that gives it value. But, there it goes, right? Oh my gosh, that's funny. Uh, not funny not funny ha, but funny, interesting, right? Right. Yep. And then you have the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups energy here too. I feel like this has to do something with some childhood energy that's coming in here. So I feel like, you know, from now until, May, is when you were asking about that, there is this reflection of going, why do I put my value in the things that I do? Because we were taught it some way, somehow when we were younger. We were told, you know, that, you know, you have, um, you know, you're valuable when you are able to bring this, and if you're not, then you're not valuable. So I like that. Right? You're like, "Poof, was it made out of that magic paper?" Poof. All right. So I like this. It feels like there is this change that's going on here for you. And it starts inward and makes its way outward. Will you be at a minimum of 3,000 a month in sales by then? I don't feel to that extent because you got the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight. So there might be slow progression to get there. But the Ace of Cups is that self love and happiness energy again. And the Knight of Pentacles is being on the quest for the Ace of Pentacles. So, you are on this quest of trying to find your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. And you're definitely on this journey of self love with Ace of Cups and Page of Cups. So, I do feel like there's such an important transformational energy that's going on right now, um, around all this as well. So, so hopefully that helps. We'll get you your fortune cookie here too. See what else they want to add in with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. What else about your finances do they want you to know here? Alrighty. Abundance. Let's see if I can zero in a little more. See if I can get it to clear up a little. But you got the abundance card. The Hunter Moon, card 38. Can't make this up. Out of all the cards. Oh, wow. Don't you love that? I was worried over nothing. Well, we usually are, because really we have everything we need inside of us. Worry comes from, trying to control the outside world. Let's see what this says here. Abundance. Take advantage of this time of abundance. It's all around you. Possibility and opportunity are everywhere. You are open and responsive to the abundance around you, and there is enough for everyone. Your affirmation for this card: I am abundant and I am surrounded by opportunity. I am abundant and I am surrounded by opportunity. The Hunter moon is the traditional moon of plenty. It was when game was at its most plentiful, so the people would not go hungry. The moon was large and bright in the sky, and in some cases deep orange, and there was a great deal of light to go hunting well into the evening. Our ancient ancestors couldn't just go off to the supermarket to buy what they needed to eat. Meat didn't come on trays wrapped in plastic. Eggs were gathered. Warm clothing was made from skins of the same animals that were hunted for meat. Nothing was wasted. This abundance was part of a cycle just like any other. It wasn't present all the time, so this time of year was to be taken advantage of while the going was good. The barrenness of winter would soon return. Hunters had to be prepared. They had to have their weapons ready and their tracking skills honed. As modern people, we are less used to these natural cycles of plenty and barrenness because most of us have stepped away from growing food and the natural environment. However, these cycles are still there, even if we're not part of them consciously. This moon normally rises in October in the northern hemisphere, and so was before the winter snows. Let's see, October, it's winter, so we're coming into spring. Anyway, companion stone for this is citrine. So I love that energy here. It's reminding me that they're saying this is such a great and powerful time. If you weren't here in the beginning, I mentioned here, and I'll post it for anyone that's listening right now. This is the making the most of the Pisces new moon energy, which is coming up next Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have the spring equinox starting in Aries energy, because that's when the spring equinox is. When we move into Aries, it's a happy new year, new lunar year. We start in Aries, we start our whole new lunar year. And in April, all the planets are going direct, even all the outer ones. So there's like, I think the only one is the Mercury, and there it's in its post shadow. It clears up April 10th. So really, the entire month of April feels like it's like wide open for movement forward, and so it's a great time for planning and new intentions and all of this energy. And I feel like that's what they're talking about is use this abundance energy for the most of your ability right now. I love that. All right. So let's see here. What'd you say here, Shanji? Let's see. I like that, Jojo. Worry is like an allergic reaction to the present moment. You said you just found out you've monetized on Instagram and you went into your Shopify yesterday. You had some money in there, a lot more than you thought. It's everywhere. I just have to continue to be grateful and take inspired action. Absolutely. Do what you can and gratitude for what you have and have had. And even said in there, right? It's everywhere around you. And you're like, it is. It's true. So I love that for you, Sean. And what a great, it's like this awareness, right? So everything happens. You've experienced it a lot lately. Yeah, isn't that amazing? Yeah, and that it makes sense because when we're not grateful for what is, that's when we worry because we're worrying about the future, not about this moment. Because this moment, I have everything I need, or I'd be dead. I'd be dying in this second. I'm gone, right? But worry about the future instead of having gratitude for the present and the past. So I love that. You're very welcome. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. I'm excited. So enjoy your adventures. All right. So cheers, cheers, everybody. All righty. Oh, and Jojo, thank you for your additional donation. So we've got up next, we've got one for Moonlight, and then we'll circle back around for you for number two. Let's see, I did see here. Yeah, we got Jessica in the house. Hey, Jessica, good to see you. Get you on the free list here. Boop, boop, boop. And let me get both your questions there. And then we have Cat Mia in the house. Hello, Cat Mia. Meow, meow. Good to see you. There we go. I got you on the free list as well. All right. So Moonlight is up 136.36. Look at that. So here you are, Moonlight. And let's give your donation a look at here. Y'all, me. Good to see you. Thanks for your fun sticker and your donation. So you have a strange question, maybe for not for this group. Nothing strange for us. Is it true your mom has been lying for years, that she keeps something hidden? What is she lying about, and who confirmed it? Ooh, this is the tea. So let's take a look here. So first of all, is it true your mom has been lying for years about something big, right? Oh, take a look here. Is she keeping something hidden? All right. What is she lying about? And who confirmed it? All right. You know, this is interesting because the bottom of the deck, I mean, we've got the Eight of Swords, which is more about stories. You know, the swords suit is about it, but this is about letting go of thoughts and beliefs and stories that make us feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and small. And so I don't know. This we'll see what this has to do here because when I ask, is it true that your mom has been lying for years? We got the King of Cups. Got this balance of heart and head energy here. That doesn't feel like lying. That feels like balanced energy, unless they're, you know, have come to terms with it. But when we go, is she keeping something hidden? We've got the sun, which is the revealer of everything. I mean, the sun is, this bright shining light that nothing hides in the sun. It's all about clarity, everything about everything being bright here. So I don't feel like they have been lying for years. When we ask, what could she have been lying about? Then we got the Eight of Cups, which is about walking away from emotions and people that don't serve anymore. And, who would have confirmed it? We got the Devil card, which is a lot of, whoops, I always forget, nudity. um, Letting go of, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that keep us feeling blinded and bound and restricted and small. Again, kind of that energy of letting stories go that don't serve. And so I feel like they're saying people, all sorts of people have stories and around things, and rumors, and I kind of feel like this energy is about, um, we all lie about things knowingly and unknowingly because we have these thoughts and beliefs about how things are supposed to be, and so we're lying to ourselves all the time ourselves. So every human kind of lies to ourselves until we free ourselves from expectations and other stories, because every if it's a story that's of unconditional love, that's a beautiful story. If it's a story rooted in fear, which is what the devil card brings in, that's all about, small t truths rooted in fear. It's like what and I feel like they're kind of turning this around for us as a mirror. How um have I been lying to myself for years? How did I lie to myself for years? And am I keeping anything hidden from myself or from others? And what am I lying about? And who can confirm it? Can anyone confirm lies? Because it's all perception, anyway. And why is it important to us, right? So I feel like there's some good reflection that comes up in here to go, you know, is it a lie that I think would impact me? Saying, they're reminding me of this Instagram that, this guy is going, "Hey, I wanna go date so and so down the street." Goes, "You can't, she's your sister." "Well, what about so and so down there?" "Nope, she's your sister too." He goes, "Well, what about so and so?" And he's like, "No, she's your sister too," meaning the father's been out and around the neighborhood. And he's like, "Oh, man," and then his mom comes walking by, she goes, "Don't worry about any of that, he's not your father." So, it's like, "Oh, why does it matter?" So anyway, hopefully that helps. Your fortune cookie is pleasure. Choo. Got beautiful energy here. Card number 18. Let's see what this brings in here for you. So it says, "Are you taking life too intensely or intensively or too seriously? The time has come to call in the pleasures of life. Seek light-heartedness at this time. Focus on what would make you happy. Schedule in activities you find pleasurable." So it's like, why are we focusing on that? That's lower vibration, right? It doesn't impact us. We can choose higher vibration if we want. Your affirmation is, "I open myself to the pleasures of life." In our search for a better life, something happened along the way. We forgot how to find real pleasure in what we do rather than just being diverted from the everyday. Life can be overwhelming, and our rational minds seem to need every available minute of our time to be able to cope with its demands. Pleasure has taken the back seat, or there is a pattern of it now forming destructive tendencies, such as binge drinking rather than simply having a wine or two with friends. A big part of pleasure is letting go. This does not mean surrendering or giving up. It simply means handing over all of our administration, stress, and worries for a time and immersing ourselves in something joyful. When we don't allow ourselves to experience pleasure, whether in the form of laughter, play, sensuality, or the development of skills, we remain less than whole and feel a wanting. No fun actually makes us dull indeed. Over time, we are much less effective in our emotional and work lives if we do not experience regular doses of pleasure. Our ancient ancestors knew the importance of pleasure in the forming of a healthy mind, body, and spirit. There were gods and goddesses dedicated to happiness and the pleasures of life, such as the Egyptian goddess Hathor. The temples of Hathor were joyful places full of songs and beauty. There were even small temples placed in her honor outside other major deities' temples so that people could be in a happy and contented mental mood before entering to worship. The Egyptians clearly believed that having a positive or relaxed state of mind assisted in having a positive spiritual connection. Wow, I love that. Companion stone is turquoise. So I love that. So that is what they have for you, Moonlight. So many blessings to you. That's right, Jojo. Pleasure. Yeah. And that's a judgment, right? That's a belief. That is disturbing. Does it need to be? No. I can say that's just information, but, you know, it it doesn't need to be something that impacts you at all if you don't want it to, right? But we have a story, oh, that's supposed to mean something, so we put importance on it when really it just is until it gets in here and we decide what it means for us. Other people can decide that it affects them or disturbs them. That's up to them. But you also get to decide if you want to be disturbed or not. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. All right. And let's see here, Jojo. I don't. Did you put a second question out there? Let's see here. Let me just look and see. Oh, reading on your today. Okay, very good. All right. Let me move that over here. So your second timestamp is 146:43. So thank you for your dual donations. And cheers to you. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Like the anniversary of your grandma's passing. Like, no way, I'm going back to hermiting. Bye. I don't want to be disturbed anymore. You're so funny. All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about today? Oh, progression. 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards. These underneath. All right. Oh, like this. You've got this 2 of Cups. So it makes sense that Grandma would want to come through here for you because you do have the 2 of Cups, the relationship and the High Priestess being with the spirit world. So I feel like this is her way with this 2, the 2 card, the number 2 of Cups, the number 2 High Priestess coming in here as well. Don't know if 2-2 means something special, February 2nd or the 22nd, but there's this important energy. And I feel like this is a message from her to you. And we'll see here what this is because it's something that's progressing. She wants to like kind of let you know where you're headed. 1, 2, 3. Your first card, yeah, judgment card. You are being guided from up above. You're not in this alone. There is this your calling, the calling, they're reminding you of your dream and that you do have this draw and that you're being supported in this. You're not going at it alone. You're very supported by the other side. Yeah, you have this Page of Pentacles. So there is new opportunities coming up that this is about following your heart with this moon energy, Cancer moon energy, a lot of emotion from the below the surface. But again, this is like the High Priestess card, this connection to moon energy. And but I feel like there's this you're being drawn to new opportunities and that you can, trust that, um, you know, that draw of where you're being drawn to. And that they will continue to draw you like the moon draws the tides. You'll feel the pull, not the pool, but the pull. Yeah, you have the 5 of Cups. So this is your dream. This is one of your cards that represents your dream about trying to help people transform their emotions from lower to higher. And, that is this energy of, you know, helping people transform their emotions, through whatever way you're wanting to do it, but you're drawn to music and you're drawn to acting, right? Yeah, you have the 10 of Pentacles, that there is this fullness, there is a legacy, there is this impact and this abundance that comes with following that dream. So she's nudging you, yeah. And your Leo energy. You were born to shine, baby. You were born to shine. I would love if she spoke through me in um your uh your country's original language, because I feel like she would say something. My little Butka, you are born to shine. But, I just feel like she would tell you this. You are, it's abundance. There's a sun card is abundance too, but your Leo energy, you were born for this. You were born for this. Underneath the surface here, yeah, you got the 7 of Cups. There's no wrong way. You got all this different places, all these emotions that are drawing you, but one will stand out among all the places, all the desires. I feel like with that energy there, that's funny. She's like, "I will point it out." She's wearing like a ghost, like a sheet, like a ghost. "I will I will make sure you see the way to go." She's so funny. Yeah, King of Pentacles, again, this abundance energy that comes in here. Know that you are supported, know that you are, that everything will unfold and that, you'll never be lacking, and you never have been. So you're always cared for, you're always supported. And I feel like there's that energy of saying that, the spirit world supports you on this journey and this adventure. Um, Stop fighting us. Not the schmeck scene sound recording thing from my brother's movie, probably. Yeah, right. So, and I feel like you'll be drawn and you'll know the draw. You'll be like, this feels like obligation, trying to live up to something rather than where's my heart drawing me? Where's my passion drawing me?" And I feel like that's the big thing is close your eyes and open your heart and you'll know the way, because we'll show you the way, especially through emotional energy, I feel. Yeah, through emotional energy. Page of Cups. So we're gonna show you, and I love it. Here she is. Was she a Pisces? I don't know. She's like, "Hey, go this way." So the heart will guide you. The heart will speak to you. Your passion will guide you. The Ace of Wands. So your passion and emotion, is such an important thing here. Yeah, and persevering. Stepping into your power. You will make it through the barrier here. Um, and that's what this is about. Is whenever we feel like something's blocking us, it's us, because once we grab a hold of our Ace of Wands, it creates the space through, what would normally be like the a barrier that we can step through. So, um, the barrier is myself. Isn't that amazing when we're realizing, oh, it's the fear, that is the barrier, right? It's the expectations, the conflict that comes in, about where's next? Where am I to go here? I don't know where to go, but it's a lot of those expectations that we have that comes in, with that. So interesting, interesting, interesting. So let me see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. But I just feel like she goes, "We got you. You're supported. We'll make sure you have enough." It's just a matter of closing your eyes and opening your heart, following your passion and your heart, the pool that feels like it's that energetic and emotional, not this, but this pool. It will guide you because she's in your heart guiding you. So I love that. Let's see what the Dreamers deck brings in here. Again, all about the dreams coming in, right? Right, there we go. Yeah. I love it. I know that my future self will thank me for the hard work. I am doing the work. So I love that. Just know your future self is going to thank you. Thank you kindly. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. I love that. She's a sweet soul. But I just wanted to, I just wish you could, maybe you'll dream about her this evening and she will speak to you because I keep on wanting to say something. I don't know what to say though, because I don't know the language, but it's like, and then butka. My little bushka, my little bushka doll. Oh, she sang also. Oh, I love that. So she knows. She goes, follow that dream, follow that dream. I love it. So thank you again, my dear. Many blessings to you. Appreciate you. I'm excited for you here. Right. Let me just see here. So let's make sure my little list is up to date here. I think that was the last of the donations. Let me just check my emails here. We look good there. And then let's see. We have Cat Mia on the free list. Got all those. All right. And then we got Plate of Spaghetti. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Grab your free reading, add you onto the list here. Hey, Angel Guides. Good to see you. Hello, hello. Don't see any question from you yet. Just in case, sometimes YouTube doesn't share them with me. They keep it a secret between the two of you. So if you put one out there, put it out again. Matryoshka doll. Matryoshka. Yeah, it sounds like some sort of ushka. My little, I think it's because I've heard of babushka, and I feel like that's what I'm trying to. That's how my mind is going. It's an ushka. So if it's a kind of doll, then that would make sense. Yeah, babushka, a babushka doll. But I feel like I just needed to say it. Whatever resonates with you, of course, from her, because they're like, she goes, I'm working with limited vocabulary here. Kate Bush, Kate Bushka. All right, sorry, I got something in my eye. Making me cry. No, all right. So, we'll start free readings here in a momentito. So we've got Aditi and then Swaroop Bobby, Eagle, Maria P, Minihil, Lily Cherry Blossom, Minu, Carmel Damon, Livia Vergara, Jessica, Cat Mia, and then Plate of Spaghetti is who I have so far for free readings. So if I missed anyone, please speak up. Because I don't think I have missed anyone, but I am human. What shock, I know. All right. All righty. So let's take a last sip here and we'll dive into some free readings. Thank you guys for being here. And thank you for all the thumbs up too. It does help spread the Zen love and you're part of the love tsunami. And I'm so grateful for that. So cheers, cheers. All right. Cheers. Aditi's in the house. Hey, Aditi. All right, you're up first. 159.28 is for yours. So here is your timestamp. You want to know what are Anmo's next actions towards you, and if he takes any action, how long will it take? All right. Yay. So what are their next actions towards you? All right. And if how long will it take? We'll pull a when card here and see what we have. Just this one. All right. So, what are their next actions? Well, they do have new communication coming in here. So, I do feel like they'll contact you and at sunrise. So, I feel like maybe it is as early as tomorrow morning when the sun rises. Um, it's funny because it's usually, is it at sunset in the old cowboy movies? I'll meet you at sunset for the gunfire. This is sunrise. So I do feel like they're going to be contact you and reaching out to you to chat to gain some clarity. Um, but I feel like that is their next action is just reaching out. Could be a text or an email. Yeah, it could be as early as tomorrow morning. But sunrise might even be. I'm feeling like this new moon energy coming in here too. So, oh, today's his birthday. That's nice. Oh, for 8 months, my goodness. Yeah, it does feel here like this new moon in Pisces, which is on Wednesday. So our Wednesday, the new moon hits Wednesday night, so it might be like Thursday morning. It can be any day between now and then, um, but this energy that I'm picking up, I'm feeling like this new moon energy creates this new action energy and this Aries energy, the spring energy. So I feel like it's going to be, around that period of time, Wednesday through like probably Saturday, because Aries moves in and the spring equinox happens Friday during the day. So it could be the next morning. So it could be anywhere from now, really, all the way through Saturday. But that's the kind of energy. It's just because it's fluctuating. Um, but I feel like that would be their next action here. Oh, Mardi Gras, right? Yeah, March 18th is the oh, you said March. I was thinking Mardi Gras. But yeah, Wednesday is the new moon, and then Friday is the equinox. So that's why it could be in those mornings for there as well. So yeah, that's what I have here. Lucky Dre. That's too funny. Yeah, so I feel like that's what's going on. Yep, I do have you on the list there. A plate of spaghetti. So enjoy. Yeah, it feels like but it'd be like in the morning, I feel. At sunrise, is the energy. So, and that makes sense too with like spring is when the sun rises, spring equinox kind of energy. You're welcome, Aditi. Hang in there. All right. So, Swaroop Bobby, you are up 203.33. Is your timestamp. And can you go back to your home? Could you please tell me how they treat me, including your neighbors as well? All right, let's take a look here. Um, so, based on current energies, what's the energy if you go home and how would they treat you? Because you can always do what you want. Spirit doesn't try to control us. They'll give us more the energy of what you'd encounter based on current energies. So let's take a look here. So you've got if you go home, yeah, there is sorrow. There's a lot of lower vibrational emotional energy. It's a very negative place, right? Very low vibrational. A lot of people living in the victimhood and lower vibrational energy. How would they treat you, including the neighbors? I feel like they would welcome you home with the Four of Pentacles, because the Four of Pentacles is the card of home, and they would be like, "Welcome home," and it's a secure place, but I still feel like there'd be a lot of sorrow and expression of lower vibration emotion, just because that's the energy of it. And I mean, we can exist in a lower vibrational environment by, you know, it's like going into underwater, making sure we have, a breathing apparatus to make sure we're getting higher vibrational energy oxygen. But it feels here like it would be a very heavy emotional place. And if you cannot go there, I feel like, you know, you can't go and change them and you can't make them treat you any other way, but you can control how you allow it to impact you. You have the power of emotional choice. But I don't know, it feels like an alcoholic going back to a house that they have alcohol over the place. You'd be like, it'd be difficult for you not to be sucked back into it, right? So I kind of feel like if there's other options, I would consider that for an easier path. So hopefully that helps. Swerve. That's what they have for you. Right? Many blessings. And then we have Eagle Money, 20616. So Eagle, here is your timestamp. Oh, because he always starts with, oh, good morning. So it must be sunrise only. All right. So Eagle General for the next 5 days. What do they want you to know here? We got this and we got this. All right. Yeah. Looks like here you have this rebirth, this death and rebirth card coming around the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is an energy of, it can represent home because of the four walls of the physical world, that there's some sort of change of location, either where you live or where you work, where your desk is at. Just feels like there's some sort of change that's coming in here. Four of Pentacles can also be about your sense of worth or your finances or um, anything that you're using to define your worth, that there's this change. And I don't feel like it's relationship. And I don't feel like it's money. So I feel like it's career energy, a death and a rebirth around this. And I feel like that's what's coming in here these next 5 days. It's this change that's happening here, but it is for you, energy always is, that it's something that's being ended so that you can birth something new. Um, so hopefully that helps. Just know that whatever ending that is coming in, it's not to remove something permanently kind of out of your life, but it's an alteration of something, because it does feel like a phoenix who kind of burns down, into ashes to rise again as renewed. So it kind of feels like more of that energy. So hopefully that helps, Eagle. That's what they got for you. So many blessings. Right. And then Maria P, you are up. Thank you so much for your donations earlier. This is for your free reading. Put it there. A general for you in love and work. Let's take a look here. All right. Love. And what about work? All right. For love, you got the Hermit. Yeah. I like this reminder, just that, you know, if you can't be happy alone, you can't be happy in a relationship. Because someone else can't make you happy. You are the one. That's an inside job. I make myself happy. They make themselves happy. And then we can have happiness together. But they're not my happiness. My happiness can only come in here. So your happiness is an inside job, I feel, is what they're coming in here with love. And that self-love card that you got for your fortune cookie before, that's really what they're pointing to. At work, yeah, you got the King of Swords. So I do feel like there's some new information coming with this King of Swords. You got the Ace of Swords before, when we were asking about work in your paid reading. And this is about the power of the story is important, that you're the one that gets to decide And so there is some decision making definitely being reinforced coming in here. But ultimately, kind of the spiritual beneath the surface is remember, you're the one that creates the story around whatever's happening in your life. Other people don't. So allow yourself to create the story that you want at work and see how that changes things. Instead of going along with the reaction and the old stories, create a new story. What new story do you want to create for you at work? So I love that. That's what they have for you, Maria. Many blessings to you. Right. And then we got Miniheel. You are up to 10:26. Here's your timestamp. Boom, boom. And I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. So you want to know, will your future spouse be the same caste, ethnicity as you or different? Just want to confirm you're open to any caste. You're just curious. Just want to know. Let's take a look here. Those. All right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we got Leo fiery energy coming in here. This internal strength. We got this magician energy coming in here, and the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is a balance between head and heart and someone who's very compatible. So there's a lot of this communication, this fire, this confidence. So I do feel like I feel like they are of the same. I would believe that it's the same caste and ethnicity, because I feel like in here they come in very confident and strong, and feeling like they've got everything they need within themselves, and there's this compatibility with the Queen of Swords. So I don't feel like like I don't feel like there's a need for strength, because you didn't get any conflict energy, which would mean that they're different. There would be things to work out, but I feel like there's just this mesh, that there's so many things that just match up so well that just there's not a lot of, oh, we got to work through the caste differences, or we got to work through ethnic differences, or we got to work. There's just all this empowerment that comes in, and that. So I just feel like um, they fit like a glove, and you fit them like a glove. They fit you like a glove, and there's just so much compatibility that I don't feel it and see it as that there's a lot of differences that would cause conflict. I feel like there's so many things that are all, oh wow, this just goes right together. Huh. You know. So hopefully that helps Mini Heal. That is what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings. All right. And then Lily Cherry Blossom, you are up. Here's your timestamp. And this coming year for you in work. All right, let's see. What do they want you to know? What's one thing they'd like you to know around work here? Wow. Yeah, I do feel here, with this high priestess, she like steps away from all the chaos and all the thinking, very emotional energy, and she connects to the upper worlds, looks behind the veil, dives deep into her emotions. And you got the King of Cups too, which is very much balance of the heart and mind energy that comes in. And this does lean towards this energy of finding something in the job, work, that doesn't feel like work necessarily. It's something that feels so good for your heart, like you enjoy it and it's something you love to do, and your mind supports that, because it's like, oh, okay. Like if it was, oh, I want to go make pot holders on the border and sell them, the mind might be like, I don't think that's going to pay the bills. I don't know. The mind might kind of object to the heart if the heart's wanting to do something that the mind's freaking out about. But this tells me that it's something that your heart wants to do and your mind supports it, because it is something that allows income to come in and you have enough, and there's not a lot of fears that are activated from the brain. But I feel like this is your heart drawing you somewhere, something that both your heart and mind can agree on, not just your mind trying to bully your heart into doing what it thinks you should do because what everyone else will think, and oh, you got to be super overly responsible, and it's comfortable, it's not scary, it's a box, get in the box, and your heart's like, "Oh, I don't want to do that anymore. That makes me feel like I'm existing. I don't feel like I'm living." And I feel like that's kind of where you're being led this year, is into something that where you feel like living, and your mind also supports it. So I feel like that's the one thing that they want you to know for your job or work this year. So many blessings. That's what they got for you. All right. We got Minu up next. So Minu, here's your timestamp. And you want to know, what does Poonam think about Minu? All right, let's take a look here. Based on their current thinking, what do they think about Minu? All right. So I feel like with the Page of Cups, it's a happy emotion, energy, and they're happy about who you are and your interactions. But I do feel Punam here, the hermit, they want to be to themselves, that thinking wise, I don't feel like they're wanting to move forward and wanting to be with anyone, not with you, but I feel like they're very introverted, and they're looking at just being alone, and that they enjoy the Page of Cups is happy energy, and I enjoy being around you and hanging around, but I also need my alone time, and I'm not looking for anything to take me out of this uh, comfort, the safety. When I need to be a hermit, I need to be able to retreat and not interact. So you might get mixed messages when it comes from them, because their heart is like, "Hi, I really enjoy seeing you and hanging out." And the mind is like, "We need alone." And you're like, "Where'd they go?" They stopped responding, and then whoosh, they start back again, and then whoosh. It's almost like, are you a ghost that only comes out on the full moon? Like the new and full moon, or what? But kind of feel like that's the energy that's coming in here. I mean, their heart feels, but their mind likes the safety of no expectations, that I just want to be by myself. But I'll go out and do stuff, but then I retreat back into my safe zone. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And we have Carmel Damon up. Carmel, here is your timestamp, 2/17/43. And you want to know, is DL thinking of you? Okay. And then why and when will you see them again? Is LP your life partner? All right. Well, I want to get like two cards for all of these. So we'll take a look here and see what I can get from, are they thinking of you? Why and when will you see them again from this card? Oh, let me cover up the nudity here. I got the Lovers card. So it does feel like DL is thinking of you, thinking that you're an important, relationship in their life. Um, but I don't feel like action with them here. I just feel like they're in this emotional state, and I feel like it's the twins energy, right? The Lovers is Gemini, it's the twins, which is, it's like a switch that flips on and flips off. They'll think of you and do all this, and then it flips off, and then they think about other things, and then it'll flip on, they'll think about you, but then it flips off. That's why I'm not getting like action energy from them, but I do feel like in moments, they're like, they think about the fun times and da 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 da, but then it's a power of emotional choice, then it changes. So when they're thinking about fun and good things, they're like, yeah, but then they remember, or something triggers in their mind that brings in the other fearful twin among the two. There's one that's unconditionally loving and higher, and there's the lower. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, when the when the doc is in, it's like wonderful. When Mr. Hyde comes out, oh, so I just feel like it goes back and forth. I don't see like action from them because there's something that's triggering them into fearing a lot of expectations and a lot of this is when the Mr. Hyde kicks in, which makes them want to hide. And so I just feel like that's really kind of emphasized in their life right now, the fear energy. I do feel like as we're moving into the fiery Aries and spring, like they're getting that passionate, and so they start thinking about individuals that they're attracted to, and you're one of them, but you're not the only one, as well. So interesting. Let's see, is LP your life partner? I got the 3 of Pentacles. That feels more like friendship than um, life partner type of energy. So I would say no for that, for your question on if they're your life partner. I feel like they're someone that helps you understand and be true to your authentic self, but it doesn't feel like life partner kind of energy. All right. So that's what they have for you, Carmel. Hang in there. What an adventure. You're like, ah. All right. Vivier Vergara, you're up 22112. Look at the little mirroring going on with the 21 and the 12. And look, all those twos again. Get a lot of twos. So, will your economy overcome to positive changes coming nearby? All right, let's take a look here. So, will your financial situation change anytime soon? Here, let's take a look here. I do believe. Let me see. I got to cover this up here. Try this. See if I can do this here. So you do get the star card and you get the King of Pentacles, abundance energy that comes in. The star card is a bit of a balancing energy, but also like a mental dream come true energy. And it's Aquarius energy, and that's really coming in here as, for your economy and your finances and abundance to transform. It does have to do with kind of taking your emotions and balancing them with higher wisdom, because Aquarius energy, they're the water bearer and they do pour out the water onto both the land and into the emotions, but it's not human thinking, lower vibrational human thinking. It's that higher vibration, it's that higher seeing things from a place of unconditional love. King of Pentacles is a card of a gratitude and abundance. So it is about getting, whatever this um, higher mind, it's battling lower mind beliefs. And I do feel like the more we're able to be grateful for what we do have and question, why is my mind battling against believing that my finances are good and that they have been good and that I'm grateful for what I have and what I have had. And specifically, gratitude journals, even writing down just like everything I'm grateful for, as much as you can, as often as you can. Sincerely, it starts changing, how you're seeing the abundance of things. And I do feel there's something, I don't know if you've ever done automatic writing, but I feel like talking to your mental inner child, which would be the 7 to 14-year-old entity of your mind, and separately, on another occasion, your emotional inner child, which is that inner child from 7 years old and younger. And what you do is you just get a piece of paper, or if you wanna do it on the computer, whatever floats your boat, but you just start off with your mental inner child and just, my little smart, brainy Livier. What beliefs do you have around worth and what would you like me to know? And then you just start writing. Some of it's gonna feel like, well, this is me making it up, and that's all right. You just keep writing. And as you write and you just allow whatever's coming from them to you, you just write it out. And then you look and read it back and even wait a couple days and read it and go, wow, just they'll share things with us that we can know. And then do the same thing with your emotional inner child, with those focuses. And then, you can see that, what can change in mindset, what can change in emotion, what can be released to open up more abundance to come in. So I feel like that's the big thing because it feels like there's something blocking abundance to come in. And it's like there's this, even though we're like, no, I deserve this and da da da, there's some stuff below the surface that feels like it's resisting it. So hopefully that helps. That's what they got for you, Olivier. Many blessings to you. Hey, Helga. All right, let's grab your free question. We'll add that onto the list here. Hey, Maria, you're very welcome. All right. So up next, we got Jessica 22543. There you are. And you want to know what Adrian wants from you. I'm not sure if he is your twin flame or not. All right, let's take a look here. So, what does Adrian want from you? All right, thank you. And then, are they a twin flame? We don't have very many twin flames in our life. I'm actually working on a podcast for this next coming Thursday that's all about fated relationships, or is it a possibility relationships, and talk about all that and diving a little deeper into that. So be on the lookout for that. Let's see here. Is he your twin flame? We do have the 8 of Wands. There's a lot of attraction energy there, but I'm not getting the twin flame energy with the 8 of Wands. So I don't feel like they're your twin flame, but there is definitely a lot of energetic and fire, which I can understand why it could be like, is that? Because it's awfully hot. Are they a twin flame? It's like, maybe not. um, but what does Adrian want from you? Well, you got 2 eights here, and I don't feel like they know what they want here with the 8 of pentacles. I mean, definitely there's passion here. So there is that energetic and physical attraction energy, passion, movement. The 8 of Pentacles is transformational. It's put in the blood, the sweat, the tears, get the reward, but all these eights are flow. I just want things to flow. I don't really want like intention, definition. I just want to kind of just flow with the passion and see where things go kind of energy, which very non-committal. Just I just want to see what grows, what unfolds. Let's just enjoy the moments and see what happens, but not a lot of promises or, intentions that, well, I want it to be this. It's like, oh, I don't know what I want. Let's just see what happens. And it's like, that's okay. So hopefully that helps, Jessica. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And then Cat Mia, you got 228. 16 is yours. So here you go, meow meow. So when will the reptiles lose their positions? Drama spotlight. Is this all happening because good people are letting happens whatever reps choose, or because they are in fear mode? All right, let's take a look here. Um, so when will the reptiles lose their positions? Okay. And is all this happening because good people are letting it happen, or is it fear, or what? Let's take a look here. Yeah, they'll this Empress energy for when will they lose their positions, the drama and the spotlight. The Empress energy is a mother nature and mother nurture. It is a um, focusing in on your self-love and your growth and your creativity, being free of expectations and that kind of energy. So I feel like what they're saying here is, there isn't, let me put it this way. the position that we think they have now, we're giving them, and I'm creating it in my own perception and world, right? Because everything in the outside world just is. But we create this Empress, major arcana number 3, the creative energy. We birth the world, our perception of the world, right? Because the world just is happening. But whatever story we're creating, we're the ones creating that story in our existence. Like in my life, I don't see there's no drama, there's no spotlight. They have no position in my life because I'm choosing to focus my energy elsewhere. And so they don't exist in that. But in your world, because of the stories that you're putting, you're like, "That's what's happening," but you could also take away that power, and they have no position in your life. There is no drama, there is no spotlight, because 'cause I'm not paying attention to that. It's like if a little child is they're showing me throwing a tantrum and crying, then they're being dramatic because 'cause we're paying attention to right. They're being dramatic, we're trying to calm them down, we're trying to control them, then they're freaking out, and we're freaking out along with them. But if I'm like, "Oh," and I walk down a different aisle, like at the grocery store, they're crying in that aisle, they're over there, but I'm all focusing in on what baking goods am I gonna get to bake a cake? Maybe I'll do this and do this. My energy is totally different, right? Because 'Cause you're creating your world. Everyone else is creating theirs. We're creating a joint existence of all the collective of humanity and everything else, but we experience it all independently. Hopefully that makes sense. Is this all happening because good people are letting happen whatever reps choose or because they're in fear mode? Yeah, Page of Pentacles. Everything is happening to give us a clearer picture of our worth in relationship to the outside world. It is for us. All this is for us. This Empress energy, the Page of Pentacles is about abundance. Everything that's happening in the world, off world, everywhere is always for us. We're not on an out of control drama train that's going to leap off the tracks and explode. Everything happens perfectly. There are no extra pieces in the puzzle, right? Everything is puts together the picture. Things that happen in the outside world reflect back to us what we wanna see about ourselves, right? Things that happen, like you said, in the outside world just are, but our reaction internally is for us because we're like, "It should be this way. It needs to be this way. Why isn't the world being the way I want it to be?" Well, it absolutely is being the way we want it to be. We just don't realize it yet until we're like, "Oh, this is showing me what I wanna see." Like, if we have someone trying to be a dictator of the planet, that's to show us our inner dictator. How am I trying to control everyone else, right? The world should not have a dictator. It's like, "Oh, I am trying to be a dictator of the world." So it's beautiful mirrors showing us what we want to see about ourselves. Till we see it, then it don't bother us, you know. Then we, instead of feeling reactive to the world, then we respond from a place of love, right? Like we vote people into office that we feel align with our heart from a place of love and fairness to people. If they don't win, then I don't try to, you know, overthrow things or whatever. It's like, all right, there's a reason for this, and what can I look at, within myself, right? So hopefully that helps, Katmia. That is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All righty. Hey, Leslie, good to see you. Hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. We'll make you next here. For free readings, we just have 2 left. We got Plate of Spaghetti and Helga, so you guys will be up, once I finish donations. I just have 1 so far right now. Excuse me. So, Leslie, your fortune not your fortune, your timestamp is well, let me try that again. You got 23434. There you go. That's why you needed repeating numbers. That's why my fingers weren't working. So thank you for your donation. We'll give that a love and a like here. So you would like a message from your dad. Oh, P.S. No dog. Oh, no dog yet. All right. That's all right. So let's take a look here. Let's see what message from Daddykins. Let me take a quick sip here. So this coffee's almost gone. So cheers, everybody. All right. So, Father, what would you like to say? All right. Got these, and we got these three, and these two. All right. So you've got the Two of Swords on the bottom. You got the King of Swords on the bottom as well. And both of these have like this feeling of storyteller because the King of Swords is the power of the um, the mind and mindset, but also because it's what story we assign to things going on, right? And the Two of Swords is the power of story. Like I get to choose the story of how things are unfolding, and I feel like they're kind of going into this kind of nerdy dad energy of going, oh my god, you know what is so cool that we don't realize as humans is there are multiple realities all available, and by our power of story, we draw we kind of connect and start vibrating into um, this other story, and it's like they're showing me like this, what is it? It was on for a while. I think I watched 1 season. I grow tired of things easily, but it was like Cinderella back in the day, and there was this spell that was cast that took him, and it created a whole town with Rumpelstiltskin and everyone in it, and that's what they're showing is that it creates a whole new story. It's like, and then he's, like, really geeking out about it. He goes, "It's so cool. We don't realize it as much as um, in this as humans, but I go, if you could see it, it's just so cool. It's like a kaleidoscope. We can change our realities by our power of story." He goes, "It's so cool." So that's underlying energy. Let's see what he has here. Yeah, the 10 of Pentacles. There's a bit of an energy here of defining what abundance means, what fullness of life means. And I feel like in a way they're saying, I know I might have instilled a different type of abundance definition, but there is change of change of perspective. Again, the change of story about what abundance means. Let's see what else he has here. Yeah. Yeah, changing of mind. Oh my god, dog. So and that's kind of what all this is here because we've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is what new opportunities and abundance mean, but it's also about how we define ourselves and what uh, our how do we define our worth about who we are connected to that abundance. Because you've got the Nine of Swords and the Five of Swords, which has a lot to do with conflict of mind, and the Nine of Swords is the nightmares and insomnia that we worry about this and that in the outside world, and what does that mean about me? And they're like, so much of this is about what other people think instead of, wait, if I come back into this power of I get to decide the story, then it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. That's for their story. They can experience that story, but I get to choose my own. It's like everyone wearing those virtual glasses or Google glasses, and you can watch whatever movie you want, And you can be watching a comedy and someone could be going and someone else is watching a scary story. And they're like, "Oh my god, this is so scary." And you're like, "No, this is hilarious." And they're like, "How could you say that? They just murdered someone." And you're like, "What?" In yours, it's a comedy, you know? But it's like you get to choose how you see the world and let everyone else experience theirs. So there's this wonderful empowerment of release what everyone else's, you know, philosophies, stories, perceptions, um, whatever, that's theirs. Their opinions are their own. Well, that's awesome. Interesting, you know? And then I come back to my story and I live my story. So I like that. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, this empowerment. I like it. You know, we've got you've got the high priestess and then you got the queen of cups, which is kind of like the cousin of the high priestess in that she rolls over water and um all the queens get a second portion of cups. So she's like the master of emotion. Like the king of swords is the master of thought and story. Queen of Cups is the master of emotion, and again, there's this energy. You also got the King of Wands, which is you get to choose from your heart, which makes sense with all this emotional energy coming in with these 3 cards coming out together, that, you know, the King of Wands, like, clears the throne room from all the people with all their opinion and how things are supposed to be and should be and need to be and blah, 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 you know? So they're like, "Thank you, everyone, for your opinion and your advice, all this free advice you're giving me, this unsolicited advice. Thank you. You guys can leave those in that box on the way out the door. I need silence. I need to have this clarity so that I can get out of my head and into my heart and decide what it is I want, create a plan, and then I put action behind it." So this is the master of the emotion. Again, I get to choose the emotional soundtrack that goes with the story that I'm creating. So there's very much this I'm the master of my world kind of energy. And they're like, you don't realize how your entire life is a projection from the inside out, and that everyone has opinions and blah, 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 blah. But that doesn't mean I have to include it in my projection. And I like this empowerment energy they have coming in. Yeah. Because then you have the Queen of Wands and the Five of Cups, the power of emotional choice. And there is this, the Queen of Wands, she rolls, with the King of Wands over the fire energy of, and even the King of Wands with all this emotional energy. This is like the highest spiritual energy you can get to. And you got all this spiritual energy and that you have the ability, so many abilities to connect to the spirit world. But the Queen of Wands really emphasizes that too, because she has that spiritual energy, but all the queens behind the scenes, like we talked about, has emotional energy too. You'll notice here's a little education on the King of Wands and also on the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands. They will have a salamander, and even we'll see it in their sometimes in their cloaks and on the decorations because they need protection from risk because that's about fire and leaping forward. And we go with this fire energy, but the queen doesn't have it. She has the black cat. The black cat represents the connection, the emotional connection to the spirit world, the empathic connection. And that just talks about that she doesn't need protection from risk because and this is the message he's coming in, when you need to make a decision and you don't know which way you want to go or what it is, you dial them up and you go, "Hey, eye in the sky," because they see the maze that we're in, right? From up above. They can see all the pathways where everything leads. And when we dial them up, we just go, "All right, so if I want to experience this, which choice do I make?" And they're like, "Oh, you want that? You go to the right. Oh, if you want that, you go to the left." And then when we listen to them, then we do that. There's no risk because we are in that connection, we trust it, and we go in those directions. And the 5 of Cups, again, reiterating our power of emotional choice, that there's no wrong choice, and I feel like that's what they want you to know. There's no wrong choice, just different choices. You can choose lower vibration, or you can, choose higher vibration, and then that takes you across the bridge to the castle where abundance waits, and fullness of life waits, but you're the one that gets to choose, and I just feel like that's how they wanna leave it. We'll pull a fortune cookie too, but that you get to choose, and there is no wrong choice. If you want advice, we're not gonna tell you what you should do or shouldn't do or blah, 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 because we don't care. We don't see it as that way. There's just different choices with different experiences and different outcomes. But if you go, "This is what I wanna feel," which route will bring that to me? And they'll tell you, because it's like going to, like, a Baskin Robbins or an ice cream store and going, "You know what? I'm in the mood for, like, a chocolate ice cream with nuts and caramel in it, with, some cherry pieces in it too. Do you guys have anything like that?" And they're like, "Oh, yeah, this is the ice cream you'd want." And they're like, "Oh, good. I'll have a gallon of that." Not a scoop, a gallon. So, I like that analogy. So I feel like that's one thing. Oh, let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. What else would you like? No, right. It's this one here. Yeah, creation. I love it. Again, that creative energy. You get to create your world. Sorry for they're very glossy. I love it. It's the beaver moon. You get to build a dam if you want, or don't give a damn if you want. He's funny. All right. So you can create your own destiny. There you go. Be industrious. Every creature on earth creates. You should welcome the process of creation. Save money and time. Have a reserve. Your affirmation is I am a mighty creator, creatrix. It is my birthright to create. So there's a good reason for saying busy as a beaver, for the beaver is truly an industrious animal. Not only do they create sophisticated architectural lodges, their semi-submersible homes, but they change the course of rivers and waterways through strategic damming. They create new environments for themselves and other animals. Like the beaver, we too create with industriousness and vigor. Everyone is creative, not just those who are considered to be creatives, such as artists, designers, musicians, and writers. We all can be encouraged to think more creatively, to solve problems outside of square solutions, to invent new ways, and to imaginatively break new trails. This moon is the moon of taking action. Our Northern Hemisphere ancestors at this time would be preparing for winter. They would be preserving food, preparing skins, gathering medicines, strengthening their homes if they were not nomadic, and preparing to move to better hunting grounds if they were. Anyone who didn't work hard at this time would likely suffer greatly for it when winter came. So the time to take action is now. Your companion stone is chrysoprase. So I love that. What a great energy, though. It's all about creation, and you're creating the story and the emotions. And it even feels like here, if you can see, it looks like they're projecting it out. And this is like what they're creating. You are very welcome. I love that. Perfect message. Thank you, Poppykins. All right. So that is what they have for you, Leslie. So good to see you. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. So let's take a look here. Sorry, I had a couple more donations come in. Let me grab here. So JoJo, looks looks like your number 3 will be up next. Thank you so much for that. Then I do have a couple more that came in. All right, Maria, I see that one from you, and Marissa, thank you so much for your additional one. So let me grab Maria here and Marissa. Try that again. There we go. So thank you guys so much for your multiple donations. I'm so grateful for that. All right, let me take a quick sip here. I'm moving on to my watermelon water. Drink. It's just flavored. It's not real watermelon, but yum, yum, yum. That was my favorite Jolly Rancher. Was the watermelon ones. Or maybe the root beer. If they had the root beer, it was root beer and watermelon. Those were my top 2. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Marissa. So for donations, I got Jojo up next, and then Maria P, and then Marissa. You'll be up after that. Yeah. Helga, good question. When at the end of each session, I do always pin a comment on the stream, and all you do is sometimes you have to expand it. You have to expand the whatever they call it, a note, no, whatever comment. You have to expand the comment, and then you'll see all the readings listed by name and then the timestamp, and then you just see it and you just click on it. It takes you right to your reading. So it's handy dandy and fancy. I know you were like 2 away. Ooh, watermelon flavored iced tea. That sounds yummy. All right. So we'll jump back in here. So just do that here. All right. So Jojo 25138. For your third one here. Thank you so much for these multiples. And this one is is that a little star coin? I love it. You also listen to Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles. I love it. How perfect. All right. So you want to know which chakra of yours needs a bit more or the most attention? All right. I get it here. Let's take a look here. All right. So what chakra needs the most attention? And I think we got these and this one here. Right, let's take a look here. Just scooch these over. All right. So the bottom here, you have the 4 of swords. And this 4 of swords, they're telling me like the 4th chakra. and the 4th chakra, no matter which way you count, is the heart chakra, because 3 from the top, 3 from the bottom, it meets the heart chakra in the middle. So I'm feeling here heart chakra, and we'll see what they want you to know about it here. We'll see. We'll just see what it is. Probs the throat. Well, because it's crown chakra, third eye, throat, and then 4th. Or root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart. So it's the 4th one. No matter which way you go, it's in the middle. So let's see here. Yeah. So you got the 4 of cups, the 4 of hearts, and the hermit card here coming in around that. And there is a little bit of, sorry, falling off my chair. There is a little bit of energy around this of not really feeling lonely. That was your second guess. Not really feeling lonely, but feeling alone. And that's there's a different energy, and, you feel spirit, and, I mean, it's funny because 'cause they're going, "I know, you feel less, we're around you, you got animals and all this." But there's something about this, and this is where the heart chakra is coming in and activated is, this feeling of being alone and not feeling like you have a companion, a human companion in your life that you can feel support from and support them in a way that is equal. I feel like you always support a lot of people, but you don't get support back. So I feel like this is kind of the energy. Yeah. If we were one, we got the 3 of swords, the heart with sword stuck in it. I think this is the heart chakra. You think? Right? So a lot of disappointment, and this is what I was feeling with that is, that I would like to have someone, another human support my heart and, be able to give equally. Wouldn't that be wonderful, right? But this 3 of swords talks about that feeling, of the falling short, that, um, that there's, no one can give equally to you, around where you're at. Yeah. And you have the hanged man, which is this transformation energy, and it does speak to butterflies, right? How, you know, when you were a caterpillar, you felt like you were plenty of people that were matching your energy, and you were feeling, you know, this, but that was all false because, that was being a caterpillar, and that energy was matching, and you were finding people there, but when you became a butterfly and it's like you're surrounded by a lot of caterpillars, no one can go where you need to go. You're like, um, "I need nectar," and everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, these leaves are right over here." Um, and, because they all have caterpillars, Caterpillars, a lot of caterpillars, but you're looking for a butterfly, and, when we have that, you know, caterpillar city, you're like, "Where's all the butterflies at?" And they're like, "Yeah, not there." So I feel like that's part of it here. Yeah, and you got this death and rebirth energy which represents this, the hanged man, the death of the caterpillar, the birth of the butterfly. It does tell you, of course, you have everything within you to make your dreams come true, and you have everything you need within you. You have the Ace of Cups inside of you. And so you have all the love that you need. And we'll see here about the source of the block, because that's where your heart needs the most attention right now, I feel is because in a way we've kind of, I don't know, it's again, it's not feeling lonely, but it's being alone and that it's gotten so quiet that you want someone just to flutter with, just to be able to want the same things as you want, and someone that gets you, someone that understands you. And you're like, "Yeah, I have all this, for myself, but I just want a mirror that shows me in a way." That's funny. Well, let's take a look here. Yeah, you got the Emperor energy along with, the Two of Swords and the Ace of Wands. And this makes sense here with there's a lot of Aries energy, here in fire energy, and and then underneath the yeah, under the bottom of the deck, you got the King of Wands and the Sun card. So there's a lot of this passion. Yeah, you're going into heat. That's what it is. You're like, "Oh, no." But it's the and what it is like you want to be able you want intimacy, but it's not just sex. It's you want to be able to feel that someone can know you deeply and that you can know them deeply. And it's not, just physical, this is energetic and you want to be able to feel this. And you can't feel that with these other caterpillars because you would be able to feel things, but they wouldn't be able to respond back. And it's an interesting because as we develop and raise our love vibration and we empathically can feel someone else's emotions and the depths of someone, when we're in that deep, intimate connection energetically with someone, it's amazing. But the other person is kind of like, what the hell was that? And they don't understand it. And there's not this, wow, it's like it just takes things to a different level, but they are, it's like, that's what I want, and that's the kind of, um, energy that how can I say this? It's truly, it's a spiritual energy, and it is amazing when we're able to experience that with another human being, but I feel like you're not gonna find it where you're at, um, and in a way, this draw, this energy that you're feeling, this draw is it's like your grandma was saying, she's just jumped back in. She goes, "Yeah, that's the tug, the pull of the heart." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." She goes, "You know, that's why it's your heart chakra. It's pulling you to go somewhere else. It's pulling you in the direction." And you're like, "I can't stand not experiencing it here." And it's like, "'Cause you're not gonna find it here. It's pulling you to it's like you're the other person you're gonna feel that with, that one that we were talking about, it's like that creative person that's your heart's pulling. They're feeling the same thing, and they're just like, "I can't find it around me," and, both of you are pulling with your heart. So you can do it in meditation, go connect with them, or you can do it in lucid dreaming or dreaming, your dream world, but that's how you can feel that, but I don't feel like it's going to be, um it's not gonna be resolved until the action. It's all that time of action. That's all this wands energy too. Action energy, action energy, right? So that's what they got for you. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in. What a great question. I'm so glad you have such great, unique questions. Yeah. I know that exploring my passions will lead me to my purpose. I'm doing what feels good. I'm following that passion, right? I love it. So good. All right. So that's what they have for you, Jojo. Thank you again for your multiple donations. I'm excited for you. All right. And then, hey, Divine Lovely, good to see you. Hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. I'll get you on the list here. Wow, maybe I'm feeling my person. Yep, ding, ding, ding. I love the validation and confirmations you get. I just love it. All right. So where we're at in donations, I have Maria P up next, and then Marissa Smith, and then Divine Lovely. You'll be up right after that. Don't think anyone else came in. Let me make sure. No. All right. So, Maria P, you are up. Thank you so much for your additional donation. Here's your 3. I like it. What's that face for? You're so funny, Jojo. All right, I think this is your third one here. All right, here we go. Do you have that? He's here. Cheers, cheers, everybody. I'm gonna take a quick sip here. All right. So, Wally's thoughts and feelings when you tell him, I wish I fell asleep next to you every night. Will David give you a good recommendation for your new role? When you go for a walk, why does David stare at me? You just keep walking and listening to music. All right, I'll take a look here. You are welcome, Jojo. All right, so let's see here. Wally's thoughts and feelings. Wish he fell asleep every night. Ah, yeah, the Fool card. He is looking for a new adventure. You know, this is this. I feel like in that case, there's a couple things. I feel like, of course, this is like, the Fool card is the first card in the major arcana. This new adventure. What a great adventure that will be. And he kind of looks forward to that, and that's kind of part of the dream, and where he would like to go on the adventure eventually. There's that little side place, like his heart feels like, oh, it's exciting, and I love that, and that's the dream. That's where we'll head. But the mind, because you ask thoughts and feelings, the mind is, um, I'm not living up to your expectations. You're disappointed. I'm not doing enough, because that's that expectations, right? Oh, I wish I could be with you every night. And it's like, oh, so um, I'm not doing enough. That's what the mind goes to. I'm failing you kind of energy versus, going to the gratitude, because that would be I love sleeping next to you. Oh, I wish I could sleep next to you every night. That's a expectation. We're focusing on what they're not doing, right? Instead of gratitude of, you know what, I love, you know, when we're able to sleep next to you. I love this about it. And I just thank you for those times when we're able to do that. Because when we're grateful and we share that, then they'll want to do it more. When we're like, it almost comes across as you're not doing it enough. We need to do it more. It's lack energy instead of abundance, right? And I feel like their heart is like, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to da 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 da. Their mind's like, oh, I'm not doing enough. So that's what's coming in. Will David give you a good recommendation for your role? Yeah, Two of Cups. This is important partnerships and um, happy energy. It's it's very supportive. It's a yes for people recommending. It's like I'm supporting you, energy that comes in here, right? So I like that energy that's coming in here. Um, and then when you go for a walk, why does David stare at you? Seven of Pentacles. That's an interesting card to come out with here. Because usually it's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree. That doesn't make sense here. Um, I don't know. It feels here. I don't even feel like they're staring at you. I feel like they're thinking, because this feels like they're looking at their work and they're contemplating and thinking about things. And I kind of feel here like it's not them. They're like not staring at you. They're just kind of thinking, and you just happen to be walking by or whatever, and but they're up here thinking about is what I feel like with this. So I don't feel like they're staring at you. It's just they're following you, but their mind is somewhere else, calculating, thinking, processing kind of things. Because it doesn't feel like energy towards you at all coming in there. So interesting. All right. And then let's see what your fortune cookie is here. What else do they want you to know here? Whoops. You got, I know that everything aligns for my highest good. I am trusting the process. I love that. Everything unfolds for me in some way, somehow. And I am enjoying that. All right. Hopefully, I'm not frozen for everyone. I'm showing them live on this screen over here. I'll put it in here just in case you can't see me. I'll put maybe you try exiting and coming back, question mark. Yeah, and it popped in here, so I think I'm doing good. Sometimes it depends on where people are at. Internet's acting up all over the place. All right, so thank you for your donation. I'll put you on the list here, Val, if you are here. I think you'll know to leave and come back. You understand. I know you get it. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. Let me just do that here. All right. So Marissa 31056. Thank you so much for your additional donation. We'll put that here. Remove that here. And let's take a look here. So Marissa, I see your donation on Z PayPal. Thank you so much for that. And you want a general reading for next week? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Got this here. I do want this one here. And I wanted these two. Then these two follow, and I do want this one here. And that one underneath, and that one underneath. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. General for next week. All right. Bottom of the deck, you have the 10 of Wands. So I love this energy because there is this awareness here of I have this choice to look at next week as a burden or as a harvest. So there's a great powerful energy that's, coming in there. And let's see what this is all about. Because you've got the 9 of Swords with the 10 of Swords underneath it. So I love this. Letting go of expectations, because this is where burden would come from, right? And so we start off with the awareness that when I'm having nightmares or insomnia or my mind feels exhausted from, you know, thinking and worrying, right? Trying to live up to these expectations. The 10 of Swords is like, I'm done. I'm letting go of all these thoughts and beliefs and what people are thinking, and I'm going to do what I want. That's when abundance, that's when it changes from burden, all the stuff like I know I talk about expectations a lot, but it's such sucks the life out of our, work and relationships and everything because when we have expectations, our mind goes, this is what needs for me to be happy. And we do this much, we live in lack. Even though I do this much, there's all this lack. When we get rid of expectation, suddenly this burden, this lack, whoosh, all this becomes abundance like that. Excuse me. So there is this wonderful awareness, this trigger that we can flip where we just go, I'm letting all the expectations go and stepping into this gratitude. And suddenly we see everything about how wonderful our life is. So I like this energy. It rolls into, the 2 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. Yeah. The power of where I focus my energy is what allows me to see the abundance, allows it, invites more victory and invites this wonderful flow where you feel like you're raised above, and recognized for what you are doing, because the more you're grateful for what is, the more stuff comes in, and it just feels like you're being lifted up. And then you have the Page of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, which continues this abundance. Ace of Pentacles is, new abundant kind of energy coming in, money or whatever you feel abundance is that you're looking for. The Page of Cups, heightened emotions, happy energy that comes in with that. So it's like this change just amplifies and unfolds this next week. And I do feel this has to do with this new moon energy and spring equinox happening, that there's a lot of powerful energy of abundance. And it's almost like there's this message of be very clear on your intentions and where you are investing your energy, because whatever is unfolding here, there's going to be this big expansiveness, an expansive explosion of whatever we're focusing on. And so if we're focusing on, we're going to get a lot of, whereas if we're focusing on, wow, we get like, wow, kind of energy. All right. And you have the Six of Swords. Yeah. It is a week of movement, leaving behind old ways of thinking, seeing things from a higher perspective, takes you from this place of rough waters and choppy waters to calm waters. I like that. Beneath the surface of that, yeah. With this new information, it's like you're making a decision this week, or maybe more than one even, of I felt like I know I should go this way, and but you're like, "You know what? Not with all of this. I'm gonna go this way now." And it's you changing course, you changing direction on where you wanna invest your energy, your mental energy, emotional energy, your action energy, and it feels like it does take you in this wonderful direction. Yeah, even the Knight of Swords. The quest of gaining clarity, seeing things from a different perspective. Again, all this change of mindset allows change to flow and move to the outside world. Something with the 10 of Wands too that they just want to throw in on the end here is that it's like taking an inventory of where you are investing your energy and making sure you're clear on what is truly important and urgent to you, not what you think you're supposed to be, but what truly is. And that's the first bucket of what you work on things. That's where you invest your energy. Then what is truly important to you, but not urgent, then you focus on that, because that stuff you can just put on your calendar for later. It doesn't have to be done today, but it's the next things that will come up that I'm going to work on. And then the stuff that's urgent but not important to you goes in that third bucket. It's like the trash can. It's over there. It's in the, like on your computer. You can delete it and put it in your trash. And if you get bored and you do everything in bucket 1 and you all caught up on bucket 2 and you're bored and you want something from, you can open that up and grab something that you want to work on, but you don't have to. Those things will either fall away or take care of themselves, but because they're not important to you, they don't deserve your energy. So I love that for you. What a powerful week next week. Let's see here what your fortune cookie brings in. I know that it is important to work hard and play even harder. I am supposed to have fun. Yes, I like that. It's like, yeah, prioritize fun. Put that on your calendar. So I love that for you. That is what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donations, your dual donations. I appreciate those. Okay, welcome back, Val. Oh my gosh. You had the adventure. Wow, wow, wow. All right. Well, you'll be up next after I have Divine Lovely next, and then you'll be up right after that. So, yeah. Did you want a general reading or did you have a question around what happened there? Yeah, be sure to put your question there. My goodness. Hopefully they had cameras there on pump number 2. Crazy. All right. So Divine Lovely, you are up 319.30. There you are. Thank you for your donation. We'll give that a love and a like here. Good to see you. Hello, hello. So you want to know, is NZ bipolar? She has up and downs and outbursts. Ooh, all right. Let's take a look here. Of course, I am not a licensed psychologist or medical professional, so see the disclaimer in the description area of the video. Tarot is for fun and entertainment. So I cannot, of course, um, diagnose anyone. All right, so are they bipolar? And then what else can we know here? Okay. I feel like there was one more. What else? I feel like, okay, thank you. 2 more. All right. So let's see here. Just so, are they bipolar? The 2 of cups, the 2 different sides, right? It would almost be like if the Lovers card came out, that's the Gemini energy, but this is that energy of it. So that would be, even with the medical symbols inside here, it does feel like they've got that emotional 2 sides of emotions. That would be a yes, I feel coming in here. So, I do feel like they have that. Underneath the surface, on the bottom of the deck, we also had the 3 of Swords, which is heartbreak and disappointment. So not only do they have, bipolar, the chemical stuff going on, they have a lot of heartbreak and a lot of, um, feelings of disappointment and a lot of stuff that has impacted them, which means they can trigger and that's where the outbursts come from. When they go into that fight or flight mode, then they do revert to the age when that wound happened. Whatever wound is activated, they act that age. Um, and that explains the ups and downs. Let's see what else we have here too. Yeah, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. I do feel like a lot of their emotional trauma did come from Mother, who was possibly also bipolar. What's this here? Yeah, the 8 of Cups. Feel like there was some abandonment, someone walking away when they were younger. So it almost feels like there's some abandonment emotionally from Mother, when they were young, which is another trigger point for them, that, that sense of abandonment, when they were, a child. Yeah, the 9 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles here too. There is this energy of, I mean, this is abundance energy, and I feel like when they feel safe and secure, with this 9 of Wands, not 9 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, when they feel like this safety and they feel secure, then they feel abundant, and that's when they're up. Because they're feeling safe, they're feeling everything steady. But, when they feel unsafe or out of control or uncomfortable, which we all do, whenever we feel that, then we activate. But I feel like there's just echoes through their being when those things happen, right? You know, we've got here, let me see, I got to do it this way. So some nudity on this one, but we've got the World card and the Judgment card, which kind of, there's this progression. There's, this calling, this pulling away, this ending of a cycle, a beginning of new adventure. And I just feel like this is leading to an end here, that they'll need to get, you know, um, help to overcome that. And in order for things to progress, um, in any way with you, but I feel like there is this movement, this progression, with the World being the last card in the major arcana. I feel like they're it's reaching this place where it just becomes, if they don't go do something about it, that there's just a, an ending of things between, um, any communication between the two of you guys. And but that's up to them. You can't force them. You can't force them to go see a counselor or a psychiatrist to be able to get medication to help with their bipolar. And that's their journey and that's their adventure. But at least it helps you understand, this isn't about you, this is about them, right? What's going on inside of them. Yeah. Your fortune cookie is even new beginnings, new moon, endings and beginnings energy coming in. Let's see what else they want you to know here. Come on. So it says you are offered a fresh start. Your journey is beginning. Take the first step. Take the first steps towards something new. It is time to place emphasis on your health and well-being. Your affirmation is, I accept and rejoice in renewal and beginnings. There is something incredibly poetic and even romantic about that tiny sliver of silver that is the new moon. After the waning cycle and depth of the dark moon, here is appearing in the sky, incredibly, a crescent of the finest light. Almost a scratch upon the blackboard of the universe, here is the evidence that even after the darkest night, light returns again. The crescent of the new moon is an ancient symbol that stretches back to ancient prehistory. There are cave drawings featuring crescent moon sculptures of goddesses with crescent moon diadems, and the goddess Aphrodite, Hecate, Diana, Artemis, Inanna, and many Central Asian female deities were often depicted with new moon symbology. Go back even further into the Neolithic cave paintings, where moon and sun symbology features with no phase more commonly being depicted than the new moon, all this new start energy. When the new moon appears in the lunar cycle, which we have one coming up here on Wednesday, we are gifted with a new beginning and a fresh start. What we have identified as useless or unneeded anymore has been released in the void of the dark moon. And here waiting is a new chance. Here we get to renew our lives and feel free enough to risk trying again. Whether we're asking for a fresh start in relationships or a new love, or are heralding the actioning of intentions such as better health, a new business, or the start of a new project, writing the new moon energy will assist us. Many creative people start new works on a new moon, and I personally, as an author, like to begin all my new works on this phase, even if beginning means simply typing up a cover page or outline. The most powerful of new moons for new starts, traditionally are within the season of spring, which is coming up 2 days after this new moon. Your companion stone is Celestine for this one. You might check out the new moon energy coming up. I did post making the most of new moon energy. I'll just throw it out here if you're interested. It's a Pisces new moon. Very, very bipolar energy Pisces can experience, because they can go into the bright side of the pond or the dark side of the pond. And sometimes that can also amplify that bipolar kind of energy. So that is what they have for you, Divine Lovely. Hopefully that helps bring some clarity. Thank you again for your donation and many blessings to you. All righty. So let me take a sip here. And then, Val, did you want a general reading or did you have a specific question? So let's see here. Your timestamp here is 3:29:17, Val. So thank you for your donation. We'll also give that a love and a like there. Thank you so much. General. All right. Yeah. And I'm so glad that, trying to find the silver lining there. I'm so grateful that they did not harm you. And though, even though they took money, that you were left, unharmed. And, and that possibly because they robbed the wrong person that they're going to get caught and that'll save someone else's life, that they might resist and end up being hurt, right? Oh, it was a joke. Oh, oh, I didn't see the punchline. All right. Well, I'm glad that it was a joke then. All right. So let's take a look here, Val. What do they have here for you for a general reading here? All right. So let's see what we have. All right. What's funny, this might be a reading about gratitude. We'll see what we have here. Because the bottom of the deck. I get it. Because the price of gas has gone crazy. I get you now. Yeah, sometimes, but is he not the sharpest tool in the shed? So that's funny. I get it now. But bunch. Oh, I get it now. So you said, "Who did it?" And you said, "Yes, it was pump number 2." It's the gas pump itself was the thief. I see it now. All right. Well, you have the King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which is a card of abundance and gratitude and fullness. So I like this underlying energy. It is this powerful energy of the physical world, the outside world that was coming in, right? So let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, I like this here. You do have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about putting the blood, the sweat, the tears in and bringing um, the abundance, the fruit of your labor to come in. I like that. And the Six of Swords, too, is about letting some old ways of thinking that falls away here. And um, and you see new ways, new creativity that allows things to flow here for you as well. So I feel like there's this creative energy, this mental new ideas that come in that help bring in more abundance for you as well. But it's all about action and movement. But it starts here with new ideas and doing the work, and it brings the things in as well. So I like that. I like that energy here. Your comedian career is over. Probably in person or seeing you live, uh, I would have heard the bada bunk. I just been on for over 3 hours and, you know, I got all serious about it. All right. What else? Yeah, you got this wonderful balancing energy coming in here around money again and the outside world. So definitely a pentacles energies of all these little cards coming in here. So it does feel like there's a cycle, but a balancing out of finances here too. So maybe you'll get some more. Maybe you'll get a gas gift card from someone. But there's this wonderful balancing energy coming in around your finances, which we like. You have the Page of Cups. And this is um, an energy that's coming in about putting your heart into something. And I do like this kind of feeling of um, pouring some of your emotional energy into this here, which I like here because it feels like these ideas that you have are something that feel fun, that feels joyful and exciting and new and different. Like, when we're doing the other things and we're doing the work and all this, this feels like a creative, fun thing to do that you're thinking, oh, this would be fun, cool, I want to do this. And it does help, it's like all work and no fun makes a sad Z Val. But adding some fun, adding some like we were saying, maybe that was all happened for a reason, the, um, when it's like this was supposed to be fun, but I made it serious. And then when you explained it and you were like, this is funny, this is joyful, let's do this, it changes the situation. And I like this that it's you having fun with something that allows movement and allows, this balance and expansion. Let's see what else comes in here too. Yeah, because you have the 5 of swords, which is the battle between the head and the heart. And I like that this is kind of what I was talking about. It's letting the mind kind of rest and letting the heart take the lead on some sort of creative project that you have coming in here. Yeah. Because we got this emotional stagnancy, this death and this rebirth that comes in here. And it's like, especially, it feels like it brings life back into something that was kind of getting dull and boring and non-productive and just kind of felt stagnant. That this rebirth, I feel like with whatever this is that you're doing, you're kind of taking something that you're already doing, but adding some flavor to it, adding some spice to it, some joy, and it changes things up, with whatever this thing that just feels like it's kind of flatlined. So I like this. Yeah, in the 3 of Wands, you end up taking something a different direction that does bring in abundance here. I feel like this has to do with not so much relationship, but work kind of energy that comes in here. And I like this making something that, has been repeated over and over and over again the same way. It's like ready to spice it up, is like, I feel like the big message that's coming in there. We'll see what here with your fortune cookie too, with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. What else do they want you to know here? It's like letting the creative juices flow. All right. What else do we have here? Yeah, I'll pull a win card here. Yeah, I mean, it's all about gratitude. Like I said, your whole reading and everything has been about gratitude. So, you know, they suck the humor out of me for a moment to make it serious, to make your reading about gratitude. Because I was grateful that you were not hurt, that the gas pump did not wrap around your throat. Let's see here. Be where you are and be thankful. There is always something to be grateful for, no matter your suffering. Gratitude raises a lower vibration to a higher one. Do not allow yourself to be surrounded by too many negative people. Life is conspiring for you. Your affirmation is I joyfully turn my attention to what I'm grateful for. And as we enter the last quarter moon on the lunar cycle, the energies begin to turn towards surrender and release. To let go of what we no longer need, it behooves us to pay attention to what we have right now, both positive and negative. This attention, paying, and focus allows us to wisely discern and to be grateful for all of it. Yes, all of it. Because the nasty stuff, the stuff that is making us suffer right now, which, like you said, they're not letting me rent ice. It already happened, and we can take wisdom from this. However, now it's going, let's see, um, now it's going, and what we have left is the good stuff. And frankly, most of it is going to be great. Taking some time out on this moon to list a few things you feel grateful for will raise your vibrations and banish any resistance you have to ditching old, outmoded patterns. Doing this also turns your powerful focus away from a story you may have started to believe of everything going wrong or that life does terrible things to you. Gratitude is a balancer. In fact, it normally tips the scales to the positive. Companion stone is ocean jasper if you're into crystals. But I feel like, you know, gratitude around what you have and have had is important energy. And I do feel like it shakes loose whatever's going on here because they're saying it would compete with their programs. Um, you know, with that energy of gratitude and raising your vibration, it's like, is there only one ice rink maybe where you're at? But if it's like, well, maybe I need to go somewhere else. Maybe I need to try somewhere else. Or um, how can I work with you guys to have it be a joint program or something? It's like having gratitude going, this is happening for some reason for me to open up, things. So I feel like however we can generate gratitude, then I feel like there is a change that comes in. Yeah, I like it. Within 5 years. Let's see if we can get any more. That's a joke. That's a joke from Spirit. How soon? Oh, within the next 5 years. You're like, seriously? They're like, "Hey, if you can joke, so can we." Well, in the spring, which is next Friday, is when spring starts. So, it does feel like there is this change that can happen here, but, um, I feel like, you know, going about it in a joyful, grateful way and, thanking them for opportunities and, trying to see different options and if they're open to seeing, this is how my dream and, is there anything I can do to make it where it doesn't seem competitive or, you know, instead of, yeah, ask for their policy. And you can even approach it that way, going, I just want to kind of create something because this is, what I want to do with my life. Could I like maybe see your guys' policy so I can see, after reading it, what I can do to maybe that's not feel competitive? And they're like, uh-oh. But definitely going about it with gratitude and not out of, any lower vibration. Because if we go about it with lower vibration, we'll just draw in more lower vibration, right? But gratitude will bring in other things. So hopefully that helps. Right. I like it, Val. Thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. And Frankie, our little the black lab upstairs is agreeing. They're barking for you. All right. So that is what I have. I don't think I have any other donations. So I have um, two remaining free readings. So plate of spaghetti, you're up 34404. Here you go, plate spaghetti-o. There is your timestamp. So you know, how does Jackson feel about you? He's a bit of a dry texter, and I don't know if he'll let me friend him, but he's cute and I'm pretty interested in him. You're funny. All right, so how does Jackson currently feel about you here? All right. And based on current energies, would he let you friend him? All right. All right. He's kind of in this there's a lot of expectations energy that he feels. And when we get this kind of card, it can be like um a lot of what they've already had going on in their life, not necessarily anything you're doing can be activated. Like they don't want any expectations. They don't want any intentions. They don't want, you know, to have to, live up to anything. They just kind of want to be this free person kind of energy. And I feel like they feel like they're picking up that you might have a lot of expectations around what they're supposed to do, what things are supposed to lead, da 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 da. But he might just have that on everyone. But I feel like they're kind of in this, I gotta be free spirit. I gotta be a free spirit kind of energy. Would they let you friend them? Yeah, Knight of Wands. Feels like this is an action, passion kind of energy movement. So I feel like they might have like a lot of people that friend them because they've got this fire energy. They might even be like a fire sign, well, Leo maybe. It could be Aries or Sagittarius, but I'm feeling like this big Leo that draws people in, like you said, with that cuteness. And they've got like this drawing energy, like, Twilight, where when Edward showed his little shiny, um, diamond skin reflecting in the sun, and he's like, "I'm designed to draw people to me." I feel like he has a lot of people that get interested in them, and, um, and that's why there's kind of this free flowing, "This is about me" energy in their life right now, um, but I feel like, um they're just kind of going with the flow kind of person right now, doesn't have, like, specific feelings yet. Because I feel like they're really focused in on them quite a bit, but, I feel like they would accept a friend request, um, but I'm not sure if it would go, beyond just energy and passion kind of energy that's there. You're like, "I'm okay with that." No. You're so funny. But I feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in with them right now. So there you go. Many blessings. And then Helga, you are up. Lastly, but not leastly. Hope you had a good sleep. Good morning. And you want to know, does the mechanic have feelings? Oh, you are still here. Hey. Have feelings for you, or at least thinking about you, I think is what you wrote earlier. So let's take a look here. Does the mechanic have feelings for you, or is at least thinking about you? All right. Yeah, because sometimes the heart and the head can be totally different. So, do they have feelings for you? I feel like they're more of a mental kind of person with the mind here. It's kind of this undecided energy that's coming in. And do they think about you? We got the Eight of Pentacles kind of focused in on the work kind of energy that comes in here. So, I don't feel like they're in a place in their life right now where they're looking for anything emotionally with this Justice card. They're trying to figure out what they want in relationships because the Justice card is Libra energy, and Libra rules over the house of relationship, but the scales going back and forth, and this Ace of Swords is about I'm trying to see things from a higher perspective. I'm trying to gain clarity around what I want, what I don't want. And because I feel like they might have had like a breakup or a divorce or something that just kind of put him in this, I don't want to go through that again kind of energy. And they're just kind of not really fear, just, it's so, relationships are so much work. And so they're focusing in here with this Eight of Pentacles on their inner transformation and life transformation. But with this, I just feel like they're really focused in on work, 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 in their life right now. So I don't feel like there's, this kind of action, right? Yeah. I don't feel like they will act on it here, but, yeah, it just feels like they're really have their emotions shut off, with that, you know, swords and that energy. It just doesn't feel like they're open for sharing any feelings. Um, so even though they got sparked, like, energetically and, it's like the heart's like being kept in a like a in a straitjacket in a padded cell that's soundproof so the heart can't make any noise because they're in this, I don't know what I want, and I don't want what I had before. And again, relationships are trouble. I don't know if what I want, but they can flirt and they can do things, but I don't feel like they're just in that space, to give you what you're wanting emotionally from them. So it's good to be aware of. Doesn't mean they'll always be there because they're in that Eight of Pentacles transformative stage where they're thinking about it. They're not just blocked and have it turned off. They're actually trying to figure out things with them there too. So I don't know. Who doesn't want, a hot mechanic, You're so cute. You're very welcome, and good night. Sleep well if you're still up. Or did you wake up now? But, that's what they have for you, my dear, so many blessings to you, and I think that's what I have for this evening. If you guys haven't got into my drawing for Wednesday, every new moon and full moon, I have a drawing chance of giving away a 30-minute person recorded reading or one of my energetic hedges. So if you check out that link, that'll take you right to the video that tells you how to get into that drawing. I'll have a drawing during the day, put out an announcement with the winner. So if you're interested, check it. It is a powerful new moon. Before every new moon and full moon, I put out this video or a video that talks about how to make the most of the new moon or the full moon energy, depending on what it is. This one's specifically for the Pisces new moon that's coming up. So if you want to make the most of those new moon wishes and intentions, check that one out. And if you're interested in hearing more from Spirit on how to make your human adventure an easier path, this is my podcast, The Easier Path. And we talk about a drama or trauma I've gone through, or someone else that's volunteered, or humanity that we all go through, the human perspective on why we go through that, um, perspective from Spirit, and then also hints from Spirit on how to make it an easier path instead of a harder one. So if you want to check that out, all the playlists are down in the description area, or if you go to my main page of my YouTube channel, all the playlists are up top if you want to catch up on any other previous episodes. So that is what we have for you guys. Thank you guys again so much for all your love, all your thirst for spirit. And remember, as you're going on your adventure, that every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourselves, guy. I'll be back on Wednesday. I'm on Wednesday through Sunday nights. So I'll see you then. Take care.